come into it, so it'll be interesting.
That is a big one, Phil. 2 golden point defeats now. Will there be emotional baggage after that 1 point loss to Castleford?
Well, we'll only know when we see at the end of this game, but I think it's determined on the emotional leaders. We saw they were shattered. Look at the players, dropped to their knees here, absolutely broken, but you've got to pick yourself up very quickly in sport. You've got usually about a week to get ready for the next contest, and they've clearly got an ability. The one added plus for them this year is they look a better team than they did last year. They may not be winning games, but they're very close to doing so, and I think their win is coming ever closer.
I mean, we should credit for them for what they did against the Castle.
How is everyone?
Players like Jordan Abdul to the fore, a man who on his day can be anything in Super League.
Yeah, they played really well, and there's a lot they can take out of it. There's a lot of positives, and similar to the Catalan game, there's a lot to take out of it. It's just they need to find a way of, when it gets to the last sort of 5-10 minutes of games, how do they see that out, whether they're in the lead and they need to maintain that lead, or whether it's they need to clinch it in the last minute, and they just need to be a little bit smarter there for me.
Brian, he's a great halfback. He's 25 years of age. He plays his 175th game tonight, so he's got enough experience. But for the last 2 years, he's been playing halfback in a team at the bottom of the table, and that's not easy for even Aidan Caesar or the world's best. So he's had to work very, very hard from a difficult position to get this. I think he runs the ball, he passes the ball well, he kicks it well. He needs to start to run it more accurately, and he did last week.
Looking like a busy weekend as well.
Fantastic try. If Tony Smith and Hulkier can get him to be a running threat with the other skills and
if you guys can't see the stream, go to the Discord server and it may be up there if you know what I mean.
I want to talk about Jez Litton and Matt Parcell, because what Tony Smith has decided to do is put the two of them on the field at the same time, so you know exactly what you're going to get here.
Yeah, and I think the way that the rule changes have happened this year have really bought into the hookers that we're seeing really excel, and I think having the two on the field at the same time where they can take advantage of those really quick rucks can definitely play in Hull KR's favour.
Parcell has been talking about that during the week, Phil, saying he feels very comfortable with that because it allows him to compose himself when Jez Litton is taking off on a scampering run from dummy half.
And they've alternated, haven't they, with sometimes starting Litton on the bench for the second time tonight. He's 23 years of age.
I assume, have you got
because of Danny Houghton at Hull FC, he only actually played 18 games in the first team. He plays his 17th game.
Are you getting the same stream as me?
It's very few first team games for a player at his age
and
in
you
this
got the
country.
Sky Sports guys with the Sky Sports microphone.
Usually over here, if you're good enough to be in the first team, you get in and you're staying for a decade or more. But he's still got, I think, the ability to learn and improve rapidly. Cool. And the next 5 years could be Litton's best.
Okay, some fairly rugged individuals in Hull Kingston Rovers' side. I would imagine Tony Smith would be directing them towards.
So, Friday night.
He daft not in his first game.
Who's drinking?
From injury.
Yeah, you'd like to think so. They're probably going to be in
I am
space
drinking.
Just know that the presence is there.
Hooky.
That's when he's making a pass, when he's putting it in. I'm sure that the instructions will be to make sure they're getting in his space and making a real physical battle.
It is only round 3, guys.
Hills.
Am I right in saying that these two sides are coming under a little bit of pressure to record their first win of the season, and maybe, if you agree with that Huddersfield more so?
I agree. I think if Huddersfield go away from here without winning, there is an almighty inquest takes place tomorrow morning between the boardroom and the coaching staff at Huddersfield after the expectations and how high they were set at the start of this year. They're the side under pressure. Hull KR may have had the disappointment of losing dramatically last week, but I think there's an emotional energy still about this Hull KR team, and I fancy them to go on and win this here tonight, Brian.
Let's get a quick prediction from Jodie. Who wins this one?
Huddersfield will be too strong for me.
OK, let's go to the commentary team for this one. It'll be Terry O'Connor, John Wells and Stuart Pike. Good evening, gentlemen.
Yes, hello, Brian. Thank you very much. Huddersfield, of course, checked by many to be the real challengers in 2021. For Hull Kingston Rovers, can they prove a point and avoid a relegation scrap this year? We shall see. Well, before kick-off, the teams and the sport will observe a minute's silence in tribute to His Royal Highness
We've got a minute's
Prince
silence.
Philip at the Duke of Edinburgh ahead of his funeral tomorrow.
It's okay, guys. You don't have to join in with the minute silence, all right? You can be let off that one. Yeah, I refereed 3 football matches last week, and I did 3-minute silences. I suppose it's just what you do. Just what you do. Let me try and get this light somewhere so I can see. That's alright, that'll do. So what's everyone drinking? That's the main question. Every live stream that we have in the evening, it's got to be what's everyone drinking? Let me know. Let me know.
Both Rovers and the Giants will show their solidarity, standing together against racism.
Who we got? Who's going to win? It's got to be Hull, surely. And I do like the lime green of Huddersfield. But I'm going with Hull. Hull KR for me. Evening, buddy.
So we're ready to go. Huddersfield now have to start proving their pedigree.
I am trying tonight.
Biggest spend in the club's history when it comes
to
Super League. Liam Moore is our referee.
And actually,
and of course, their defeats to Hull and Catalan have increased the pressure.
To be fair, it's
so
very
orange.
I don't know if you can really tell, but it's very orange. But
the returning Aiden Caesar.
It's quite easy to drink, surprisingly. Considering I'm not necessarily a beer drinker,
with most of the
this will go down absolutely fine. This will go down absolutely fine.
Or Leeds Centurions will go down. Jordan Abdul will get us underway. Pressure on both.
Yeah, I think so, Dan. You should be able to.
An early try for Ben Crooks. How about
Sorry,
that? A try from Crooks inside 15 seconds. Astonishing stuff.
Sorry, they just
the quickest try.
They just scored in 15 seconds.
Going back to 1996, I can't remember a try like that. Ben Crooks.
Oh man.
Well, winger in the opening two, centre today, and you know what? That was an absolute gift for him. Never.
I'm going to say I like Ben Crooks because he's got a similar last name to mine.
He's just standing back. They're all saying it's yours, it's yours. Well, Ben Crooks is saying it's mine. He takes it, gets Hull KR off to a great start.
That's a good start, isn't it? That's a good start.
Players just looking around, letting the ball bounce, goes in.
They messed up the bounce.
Then goes behind Sam Wood and Crooks. Wow, what a start for Tony Smith's men. A great kick-off as well, John.
Now, I'll tell you something else as well. I'm pleased for Ben Crooks because he's had an inauspicious start to the 2021 season. We know he's a very, very capable
the
rugby
beer
player.
was lovely, actually.
He's been lacking a bit of confidence.
I probably would have a bit of lemonade, but the lemonade is still bottled up.
Absolutely.
But actually,
incredible.
it's fine to drink.
I'm sure our statistician,
it's absolutely fine to drink as it is.
Very deep inside all his books to find out if that is indeed the quickest ever try in Super League history. Jordan Abdul off the touchline with an absolute beauty. In off the post, 6-0, the perfect start for Hull Kingston Rovers.
Christ.
But what a dramatic start to this game.
Well, you guarantee that Tony Smith would have...
Went for a beer. Who went for a beer? Good job. What beer are you having?
A good start. That
what beer are you having, Rich?
Then to go on top of the 4 points, Jordan Abdul cricks the goal, bounces off the crossbar, goes over. Wow.
Well, we'll find out exactly.
Yeah, I was surprised when I looked at it, and it's only 3.5%.
But that was.
But I think the amber ales are quite often easier to drink. They're not quite as
after the heartbreak of losing
strong
in the Challenge Cup in extra time
hoppiness.
a week ago on this very ground to the Castleford Tigers. And Terry, I know you were posing the question before the game. How much will that?
Lightning down the touchline quick enough.
They did this twice last week as
stats from that game, like Adam Quinlan, the fullback, ran over 14 kilometres. Phenomenal effort, more than any other player in the Premier League last year. You look at George Lawler, played loose forward, 69 tackles in 70 minutes and 183 metres off 21 carries.
From Ian Proctor, reliably told now that is, and you have witnessed, the quickest ever try scored in Super League.
You want to try some? The wife is trying some beer.
Hold the record in the pre-Super League era. 9 seconds we have for a game in a Yorkshire Cup tie playing for the Sheffield Eagles. But look, if you tuned in on the dot for kick-off, you've witnessed a piece of history.
The wife doesn't mind. The wife doesn't mind.
We reckon about 7 and a bit seconds. We'll get official confirmation. That was a fantastic take from Adam Quinlan. And Rovers with the start. Huddersfield at the moment just look stuck in the middle, don't they? It really has stunned the Giants.
Is this early? early 6 points a sign of what's to come? That's the question.
Back into the side, the influence that he will give them, the calmness in attack, the right area of the field, and Hull KR know that they need to play down in Huddersfield's half to have any chance of winning this game.
Is that the superstar?
The thing for Huddersfield now is to forget that start, because it can have that tendency, particularly with the younger, less experienced players, and make them feel a bit daft for a while. They have to settle back into this game now, put that to one side, go back to what Ian Watson calls the processes.
Well, there is the number 7 for Hull Kingston Rovers, Jordan Abdul, and that's exactly what we're being told it was. 7 seconds from kick-off to try being scored. Super League history in the making in the 25th year of the competition by Ben Crooks. And yeah, guys, you're absolutely spot on, because Tony Smith preferred Ethan Ryan to Crooks in the cup tie.
If you want to know the quickest,
Greg Minikin, Ben Crooks wouldn't have started tonight.
Premier League goal, I can tell you that is that's by Shane Long for Southampton.
They were talking about what they need to do to win this game. I think ruffle a few feathers.
It was about 9
just
seconds.
Absolutely get stuck into them. You know, Corbin Sims, he likes a disagreement, doesn't he? I think you'll see a lot of the play in the middle been really aggressive.
Quinlan it is. So another great chance here for Hull Kingston Rovers. Both these sides desperate, and I mean desperate, to get their first Super League wins on the board. Corbin Sims, one of the big close season signings.
Depends if you missed the try, Dan.
Matt Parcell, they go to that left-hand side. Kane Linnett, what a warhorse he has been. Linnett for Hull KR, even in a struggling side. Dab forward there by Abdul, and that was really well covered, wasn't it, by
it was down on McIntosh.
It was McIntosh
no,
at fullback.
He didn't miss anything else.
He slotted in really well at fullback, hasn't he, McIntosh?
Here we go, look at that. Corbin Sims, he's knocked himself out. He's flew off the line. I think, is it Kenny Edwards that he's hit?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the ball spews out. I said he's going to ruffle some feathers. As a big fella defending in the middle of the field, that's where you want to be. You want to be putting pressure on the man carrying the ball, nice and tight, compact with your teammates.
Well, Corbin Sims hasn't had the best start in Super League when head knocks and head injuries are concerned. Not the first time this season. Kenny Edwards was on the receiving end of it. We were all looking at how well Darnell McIntosh had got himself into.
So all the games are at Hull this week, then.
Rovers. There's a break in play now as 2 players are given all the time, and the medical staff and respective doctors given all the time that is needed to assess, and it's hard to see anything else than 2 players leaving the field here into the modern interpretations of the head injury assessment.
Well, he picked up a head injury, didn't he, at St Helens, you may remember, twice, and had to go off in the end in that defeat they suffered a couple of weeks ago at Saints. So it is a worry for Corbin Sims.
Do you know, the players don't have any respect, do you know, for the bodies. I think that when you know you're defending, like I said, you're that early of the field. When you're carrying the ball, you've got to expect to word a tackle. You know that you're going to have fire coming in from everywhere to hit you, looking to try and force that error.
You've diligently kept to that, not having any respect for your body, long since your retirement as well.
Confirming 6 o'clock kickoffs in Super League. A big win for Castleford. They make it 3 out of 3, putting 50 past the Lee Centurions. 52-16 at the Jungle. And St Helens, that was 0-0 at half-time. Saints running away with it in the second half.
Too happy, does he?
34 points to 6. A couple of tries there for
Castleford.
Kevin Nagama and Regan Grace.
I'm going to have to buy some rugby tops now, aren't I?
As well, and that's a big blow, isn't it, for Hull Kingston Rovers, with Corbin Sims having to go off, and I'd be surprised if he passes that head assessment test. We'll see, but
that's
Rovers still
been the problem, I think. The two games.
Good position here.
The 2 games I've watched of Rugby League.
King plays the ball. Matt Parcell
were Leeds Castleford and Castleford versus Warrington. And the problem is,
first touch for
the results just aren't close, and then you just kind of lose interest.
They go for 2 points here. Hull KR will look to keep the pressure on.
Josh Jones, the man penalised.
Yeah,
by
today
Liam
Castleford
Moore.
beat Lee
Matt Parcell just looking to the
52-16.
sidelines, waiting
St
for,
Helens beat
for confirmation.
Wakefield
It is going to be
34-6.
2 points.
Well, David
It sort of
Hodgson
just
sends on the message. All the players
ruins.
didn't know whether to try and
It
keep
sort of
the
just
pressure
ruins
on,
the
or go for the 2 points. Just put a bit more pressure on.
ruins
Ian
any
Watson's
excitement
men.
about it, doesn't it?
No, and Ian Watson.
You want the
Talking
close
about
games
the
where
press that he might feel.
it's down to the wire
Knowing
to
his
keep
job now
you
is appointed on a 3-year
watching.
deal back in November. He's tasked with building a new side, bringing players in, mould the team, and get them playing to the sort of brand that got him the job in the first place.
Well, they haven't reached the top 4 since 2015, and with the money that they've spent over the last year or two, first with Caesar
And
the
to
signings
be
they brought
fair,
in, the likes of Yates and Josh
but
Jones, of course,
to be
Chris
fair,
McQueen, James
what,
Cunningham,
looking at the
Jake
scores
Cogger. They are
from other
expected
games,
to perform.
not just
They're
today,
expected to succeed as
there's
well.
constantly
But at the
a
moment, it's Hull
huge-
Kingston Rovers succeeding.
huge scoreline
8
difference.
points up in as many minutes.
I'll tell you what, just thinking back as well, every minute seems to matter in this part of the world. Whenever the Sky Trucks have come to Hull recently, today, a try inside the first 7 seconds. The last time we were in Hull, we were on the other side of the city for the grand final, and you remember how that finished in the very last act of the game.
Well, not the start that the Giants want, of course. They've hardly had the ball, have they? They've certainly not had the ball in hand, attacking Hull Kingston Rovers. Vete it is with the charge forward.
I think, Stu, we just want to see a reaction from Huddersfield. What have they got? Yeah, it's all right having all the players and you bring them back and like, everyone's looking at it and sees it. You can't just rely on one man. That's been the talk in the build-up to this game. Will he play or won't he play?
George Lawler, what a good servant he's been for Hull Kingston Rovers, the longest serving player. And there goes Matt Parcell, he's got support, just couldn't get the ball out. Abdul was screaming for it away to his left. Quick play the ball, Quinlan it is. Abdul puts it forward, and across comes Darnell McIntosh. And at the moment, Huddersfield really under the pump. Rovers are rampant.
And it's personal when you come up the middle. I think James Cunningham's got an injury. Maybe Luke Yates as well.
Huddersfield have got to do something here.
And a couple of the players really struggling.
They're getting stuck in their own
They get really
third.
disappointed. The hooker picks
And they're
up,
gonna
your
run out
markers
of
don't get
tackles.
him. Then your air defender tight. He can't control him as well.
Matt Parcell starting for the second consecutive week. Tony Smith had preferred Jez Litton, hadn't he, for the first 2 matches. But Rovers have really come out.
Thing is, though, just because
Attacked and pressed and
just
been
because the
ambitious.
two
Here was
teams are
Ryan
in
Hall. I
the
wonder if it'll be
relegation,
a
it means
history-making night
the
for
problem is
Ryan
it's
Hall.
only
We
week,
saw his
week
hat-trick
4
in
or
the
week
opening
5.
game in defeat against
whatever it is.
Catalan, but one away
So
from
it doesn't
200
necessarily
Super
mean-
League tries.
If he scores his 200,
It'll be a
as well,
bad match
he'd
if
just
it's
as well,
relegation
just as quickly say
battle.
trade it back away again for a win. I think it's, the
Yeah, both
performances that
teams
Hull
should be
Kingston Rovers
fighting
have put in this
to-
season have really been out of character
fighting
with the
to try and
results,
win.
which is no Super League points and no progression in the Challenge Cup. I think
Week
they
3,
play some
there you
really good
go.
football.
Close enough. I think it's probably too early to
Huddersfield, they have
say
invested.
relegation battle, isn't it? Far too early to
Sure, they're
say.
expecting a return. I think the thing that Tony Smith, talking with him in the week, it's more about evolution than revolution. And, time to do the job and to turn the club round and turn it into a successful side. Abdul it is, and Linnett was trying to get the ball to go backwards. I think Liam Moore will say the first knock-on will be against Kane Linnett. And relieved Huddersfield get the ball back, trailing 8-0 after 10 minutes.
That's the
I'm
side
sure
that
this
they're gonna
referee
kick
is
to,
doing
isn't it?
every game that I
Linnett, Sean
watch.
Kenny Dow, 2 big
Every
players.
game I watch, he seems
Over
to
on
be
that
on
left-hand
with
side
the
for Hull
league
KR.
in 3 games.
And that's the area that they're going to target.
Yeah, and it's all up now for Huddersfield as Cudjoe tries to make some yardage. Here is Michael Lawrence. And Mike for him, 300th appearance for
I just love
Giants.
you've got one of the old
One of the
physios just walking
rarities
behind the
in
ball.
Super League these days.
Literally, there's a physio on the pitch
one-club
right
man.
now. And he just slowly
Getting away
walking
with
behind
that,
all
play
the
the
players.
ball. First time with ball in hand now, attacking the
Come on.
the Hull KR
Huddersfield.
line.
Get some
Cunningham is
points.
brought down on the last. Little chip up by Cogger. And Ryan Hall takes it eventually. It was like a
It just
1, 2,
seems
3
frustrating
juggle.
sometimes
It
on
gets there in the end.
that.
Well, they did well to get it on the.
They've had that fifth tackle and
bounce.
they almost just
Come out of his
don't
hands.
think
He was under some
sometimes.
pressure, wasn't he?
And I'm saying this as an outsider, as someone that
Ryan Hall
doesn't,
against Jermaine McGilvray.
you know, isn't a fan or isn't
Sean Kenny Dowell.
in the know. But even I can see, surely
big
you've got to be
influence
doing
as
more
well.
than just
I think
kicking it forward and
everybody in the
hoping.
Rovers camp, you know, just
Especially when it's only a
desperate
little tap.
to prove that they are much better than a bottom 3 side. Tonight may be the starting point. Lewis Johnson again earning his spurs last week in the cup. Crooks, that's a great offload for Parcell, and they really are moving the ball around, aren't they? Prepared to gamble.
What are they going to do on their fifth?
Abdul
Kicking it forward.
launches it high towards McGilvray, takes it well, but look at the chase, the pressure.
They run in
from Kenny
quick.
Dowell
They run
and
in
Ryan
quick.
Hall.
Again, what Tony Smith's had in that set, he's had his halfback Mikey Lewis having a crack, the little live wire going at the line.
How many
taking him out.
how many
Then on the
games
back of that, they've had
do they end
Lewis
up having?
Johnson, who gets his nose through, gets the offload.
Yeah, how many
away, the
games
kick
do they
on
end
the
up
front
playing
foot,
in the
they turn
league?
Huddersfield around.
Because I'm not sure how
Such a
many.
clever kicker as well.
I'm not sure
Position,
how
look where
many
they got to.
teams are
They're
actually in the
sitting
Super League.
Arguably the best
have a
ball
gander.
carrier out of backfield underneath a high bomb with pressure. They're taking Jermaine McGilvray out of the game. It's, you know, it's the nous of that man on the screen just then, Abdul.
Wardle.
Big run.
Yeah, does well. Jake
Yeah,
Wardle.
there's only 12 teams.
Cogger. Good kick downfield, and he's been shadowed carefully into touch by Adam Quinlan. Big night for the Aussie as well, making his 100th career appearance tonight, Adam Quinlan. Can he celebrate with a win? Lots of landmarks at Craven Park tonight. 8-0 if you're just joining us. A Super League record has been broken. Huddersfield conceding a try. Hull KR scoring through Ben Cook.
have
Crook
a
straight for the
subscriber.
kickoff after just 7 seconds. The quickest try, the
27.
history of Super League, but that's a mistake. That's a big
Why is it
mistake.
27?
From one of the most experienced players and decorated players on the field in Ryan
Hall.
If there's 12
So an
teams,
unexpected chance here
so I
for
assume it's not
the
like
Giants.
football
Can
where
they
just every
make
team
the
plays
most
each
of
other
it? As
twice.
close as they've been to the Rovers line.
Because obviously that would obviously be
Josh Jones
22
finds Aiden
games.
Caesar, but no joy for Caesar.
Come on, Matthew.
He's not
Abdul
fit.
with a cruncher.
He's not fit.
Really?
Well, it was a groin
there
stroke
playoffs?
abdominal injury.
Is that what it is?
So
There's playoffs.
kept Aiden
Is it
Caesar
like
out
in
until
Aussie
tonight.
rules where they've got playoffs?
Cunningham again. Chance there from Luke Yates, not far away. Desperate defending from the Robins.
Is this you say
McIntosh
Magic
with the kick
Weekend thing?
through.
Oh, well played.
Well played.
That's a great
Obviously,
take, isn't it, from Quinlan? He
in the Premier
anticipated
League
what
for
was on
football,
there.
they were talking about
Let me just expand
having
on
an
the Caesar
extra
point, because
game
they've been
at
in a
a
massive rush to get him back in.
39th game
Great
where
rearguard
they
action
play
from Quinlan at
abroad,
the back. But
basically
Aiden
to
Caesar, they've been in a
advertise the
massive,
Premier League
massive
abroad.
hurry to get him back. They're under pressure because they've lost the 2.
Is that similar?
There's feeling
That
your way back
extra
into a
game?
game, and then there's what I'm watching here, and it is Jack Cogger taking complete control of the ends of sets. That guy's not fit. He's out there and he's not fit.
We'll monitor Aiden Caesar, Huddersfield's first marquee player. Such a big part in what they do as Abdul gets the kick downfield.
Oh, Newcastle, not quite as glamorous as it, Newcastle.
They just got a full set, Stuart, a full set inside the opposition.
I suppose
20.
they get a good
You
night
should be
out.
pulling the strings every play, every second play, and you don't carry a half on the bench either as well if you're certain about your starter.
Do you know, on the back of that though, John, to counter that, you would say that because
feel
he brings
sorry
out
for
the
that?
best
You
in
feel sorry
players
for that
around him,
pitch?
just his voice, just his presence on being on the pitch, maybe that Ian Watson needs that direction.
Well, the experience, I wonder whether it's a coincidence or not that Huddersfield lost their opening 2 games without Aiden Caesar, their talisman.
Well, you've got the other. Ian Watson doesn't want to lose his marquee player. I don't think he's going to play him if he's not 100% fit or near 100% fit.
Well, he's trained all week, and this is great defence. Wardle, though, just manages to get the ball out, picked up by Kenny Edwards.
Come on,
Rovers thought
Huddersfield, pick up some
they got
points.
their
We want a
magic
close
moment.
game. What are they going to do with their
Wardle
last
into
tackle?
touch, but the Giants
What
now
are they gonna
with
do?
Caesar, who
Tap
is
it into the
involved
corner?
on the last tackle. Up comes Ryan Hall with the play. Well taken by Hall. And the referee says that McGilvray was up there in the tackle before he should have been. with Hall coming down. Penalty to Rovers.
Well, one of the best in the game, isn't he, Ryan Hall? Always has
Why is
been.
that a penalty? He went up before he
Goes up
should
in the air,
have.
he knows that
What
there's
does
going to be a
mean?
contest.
Can anyone
He
explain
just
that
doesn't put
one?
himself
Why
under
was
any
it a
pressure.
penalty?
The former Leeds man.
I don't know if that's a penalty. I'm just watching that. Have they just got rid of challenges in the air now? Because Jermaine McGilvray was going for the ball there.
Don't understand. They both went for the ball, didn't make contact with each other.
Ryan Hall, who said he wanted a challenge when he came back and signed for Hull Kingston Rovers, had all the success, of course. A glittering career in terms of medals and trophies and successes and individual awards.
Yeah, take a look at this. They're both going for the ball. I mean,
Was it the knee in the back? Is that what it's for?
No, it's challenge in the air, and they're going to end the set here on the
But it's not
halfway
really.
line.
It wasn't really a challenge in the air, was it? Let's be honest. They
They've
both
not
went
been
up for the
able
ball,
to
hands up
put them in the
together.
corner.
Neither of them challenged each other. They just both
Lewis
went for the
Johnson.
ball.
Tony
It doesn't
Smith
even sound like the
really
commentators
thinks
know.
that he's going to have a big future at the club. 22 years of age.
But that's the thing. It didn't literally.
He's
They
the
almost
Ryan
didn't make any
try-scoring
contact with
machine
each
in his
other.
days.
They both went for the ball. One
The
player got
Bradford
it, and the other
balls.
didn't. They didn't seem any
Mikey
real
Lewis
contact
now.
on the player.
Pivot, changes direction with the kick. Ryan going up for the ball, but couldn't direct it backwards. And the Giants will come up with possession just 10 yards
Just
away
seems a
from
bit
their own
weird.
try line. Rovers leading 8-0 and deservedly so.
You see when he goes up for that ball, Ethan Ryan, he loses it, goes forward, and just Huddersfield quite content just to have a controlled restart and try and play flat and fast over the advantage line here. They get a penalty from the referee.
Offside. Well, actually, Huddersfield are in a nightmare run, you know. They've lost their last 7 matches in Super League. The 2 that they have been beaten in this season. But that was a poor attempt. That was a really poor kick. And that has to be one of the big no-nos in the sport of rugby league, failing to find touch on a penalty. Quinlan, though, wasn't complaining.
We saw that last night at Headingley, didn't he? Leeds conceded a try on the back of that.
Dan, it's something
Jackson
called.
Hastings scored it.
It's a streaming service called Ultimate Mania.
Vette, big man, ex-Melbourne and New Zealand Warriors, scored a try in the cup game against Castleford
Message me afterwards.
last weekend. Here's Abdul.
If you want, message me afterwards,
Sean
and
Kenny Dowell on the charge.
I'll send you the
Can
details.
Rovers
But I
punish
can watch. Let's just say I can watch all the
latest
3 o'clock
Huddersfield
football games. I can
mistake?
watch all the rugby, every sport more or less.
Good tackle
All
from
the pay-per-views,
Cudjoe.
all the boxing.
Last one.
So yeah, send me a message
Nowhere
afterwards if
4K
you want
limit to go.
more
So
information.
the Giants survive after that
Oh, we got
mistake.
some blood. We got some blood.
Where they're starting, and this
His
is
face
where
is
they
the
started
same
most
colour
of
as
their
his
set
t-shirt.
from, tonight in the opening quarter, close to their own try line.
Yeah, via Discord, Dan. That's absolutely fine, buddy.
Yeah, lost 5, the last 5 of their league games last season. Lost the opening 2 here. The last league win,
The pink
would you
does
believe,
seem
the
a bit
Giants
silly, doesn't it?
against Hull Kingston Rovers last September. Had that win in the cup at the weekend to get their season off and running against the Leeds Centurions, but big night you feel for Huddersfield. Here is McGilvray on
Come
that
on,
right wing.
Huddersfield.
The next 3 games for the Giants: Saints at home, Leeds at home, and then Saints in the Challenge Cup quarter-finals.
It doesn't get any easier, does it, in Super League and the Challenge Cup? Seem quite passive, Huddersfield, when they're coming away from their own line and looking to shift it here.
That's a good pass out, and here is
Come on,
Wood.
go
Can
on.
he find a way
Oh,
through? There's a
taken out
player
from
down in
behind.
backfield as well.
You didn't see
It
that
looks
one
like
coming.
Wardle, but on the last, the kick goes up from Aiden Caesar. It's knocked backwards, still the last, and then the knock on, and still no joy for the Huddersfield Giants. 8-0, Hull Kingston Rovers in front. Jenna has news of Corbin Sims.
Yeah, I certainly do. He has failed his HIA. Of course, this is concerning. Wellesley mentioned it before, but he did fail his HIA in round 2 at St Helens. So
I find it
concerning
interesting
times
the
for
fact
Corbin
that
Sims.
obviously the main real
2-year
difference
deal.
between Union and League is the
Sign from St George Illawarra, of course,
the
came over here
Union
with,
has the
with
rucks
big ambitions
and they
big
play
dreams,
after every
but
tackle, whereas
John said,
obviously here you've got
worrying
up to 6 tackles.
the 2 injuries.
It just, all the games I've
suffered
been watching,
have both
it just
been
seems like
concussions,
they've
of
run
course.
out of ideas for
They will
the
have to monitor
for
him
the
very,
last
very
tackle.
carefully now.
Yeah,
team that's in possession.
He can eradicate that
Hello, mate.
himself, and because
Good
the way
to
he
have you.
plays, he's
Good
gonna have
to
temper
have
the way he
you.
plays because he's putting himself in
but yeah, it just
vulnerable
seems
positions.
100 mile an hour.
Exactly.
They
And
run out of
I
ideas.
don't know whether that's going to be an easy fix because certain players, they have that in the DNA, don't they? But if the flip side is you don't get to play, then there's got to be some kind of adjustment made. The Hull Kings
I don't know if that's
continue,
is that just
don't they,
to
to offer
a
opportunities,
the
release the
standard
pressure valve
of
for
players.
the Huddersfield Giants who have not started this game well.
Well, this is Matt Parcell. And the ball just pops out.
Well, McQueen had his hands on the ball, but it was a loose carry, wasn't it, by Matt Parcell?
Josh Jones following Ian Watson around, of course.
He stripped that ball, Albert Vetty.
Vete, brilliant from the big man.
And he's going to have to do bigger minutes in this game, isn't he? Without Corbin Sims.
Well, he is the ultimate substitute. He was in the MRL, and he's going to be an impact player. And he's going to be an impact player for Hull Kington Rovers. And I just wonder how much of an impact that ball steal will have.
Go on,
Parcell,
go on.
brilliant run again. He's been so good tonight, Matt Parcell.
Made up some good ground there. Made some
Really
good
dangerous
ground.
around the right, going from dummy half. Huddersfield haven't had an answer so far. Mikey Lewis, Abdul switches the play,
You don't know where to go.
finds Lewis Johnson. And the youngster again brought down 10 yards away from that try line. Lawler. Good hands. Lewis, though, and it comes off Kane Linnett. And the referee, is he going to say the ball came off a Huddersfield hand?
He's lucky to get that, Mikey Lewis. It was a preempted play. He'd already called it. You could see he was caught in two minds whether to throw that ball to Linnett or not.
He's got lucky. He's got lucky because it's come off Cogger's arm here as he's attempted to tackle Linnett. They're going to get another shot. This move to midfield as well is another interesting rule change. Really allows them to open up the field early. More than one decent shot in a set of 6 now.
Yeah, a bit unlucky there, Huddersfield. But Parcell goes on his own again.
Come
He's
on.
causing them some problems.
Stop them getting over the lines. Come on, push them back.
Full
Push
stop.
them back.
King at dummy half, and Abdul, Mikey Lewis with the
He's
kick
gone for the
forward,
kick.
and Ben
Got
Crooks
it.
with a
Whoa.
second try. It looked like Crooks has
Squeeze
doubled
right
up.
through there.
Liam Moore will send it upstairs. Chris Kendall, the video referee, will check. But that looks all good to me, and Rovers are celebrating.
Oh, Ben
That's
Crooks
nice
is
attacking shape, then. That's
destroying him.
confidence as well, kicking on the second play. Look, he looks up, he sees that Crooks is with him. He's on his shoulder. There's a bit of space behind where
Looks
McIntosh
good
just
to me.
can't
Looks
get
like
there.
a try to me.
And I think that the way that they've started this game, Hulky, they are backing themselves in this field position, and that's a try for him.
Yeah, it's a second try for Crooks, and real credit for Mikey Lewis as well. Doesn't matter
He
what
is
play it is,
bossing
if
it.
it's the right play, that's all that matters.
An easy decision in the end for Chris Kendall.
I'll pretend I know who
Confirmed
Bo
by
Jackson
Liam
is,
Moore.
buddy.
It's 12 points to
No
nil,
idea.
and you have to say it's no more than Hull Kington Rovers deserve.
Yeah, I think they've been offered opportunities, but listen, when the door's been left open, they've taken them. This was the error from Josh Jones. Vete's calling his players to get off him, allow the one-on-one strip, and from there, once they took position, they got a second bite of the cherry because of the mistake inadvertently from Cogger. Go forward to play 2, and this is the old adage, you play what you see, and he's seen space in behind. He's seen the left edge for Huddersfield up, and Crooks is there on hand to take advantage. Just look at his eyes. He's aware of what's going on. Beautifully placed
That's
kick.
pretty impressive to play
Great try,
two different
second try.
sports.
Do you know what he is? Mikey Lewis is an instinctive player. He plays what's in front of him. He's got willingness to run.
Well, Jordan Abdul misses the easy one. I wonder how important that might be come the end of the night. He'll feel that that's a bad miss, but this is a good try.
Well, Mikey Lewis, just look at him. He's got time on the ball. That's always a sign of a classy player. And the youngster, he's willing to go at the line, pull the defenders out, and Jordan Abdul, normally one of the best kickers in the competition, misses an easy one, like you say. Will that be costly?
That was a bad kick, wasn't it? That was a bad kick.
With the kick.
Maybe he doesn't think he's going to need the extra two. I mean, they look comfortable out there. You know, Huddersfield are not providing much in the way of opposition, stiff opposition at least.
Well, of course, Mikey Lewis is getting his chance because of the injury to one of Rovers' star signings, Brad Takarangi, who would have played in the halves, and Lewis has really stepped up. Tony Smith is hopeful that Takarangi will make his debut here against Leeds next week. But what about this? And it is the man, and it is Mikey Lewis, and it is a try, and it is under the post, and it is brilliant.
I think this is a little bit one-sided.
Is Takarangi going to get in? He set up a try, he scored a try. The youngster's having a field day, isn't he? Tony Smith just can't believe it. He knew last week really hurt his side, and they've turned up, and like we said before,
one-sided.
Whether they could get up for this game again, because they've put so much energy and effort into last week's result. But they are playing some really good rugby. See that George King goes through the line, gives the ball to Abdul, then look at the players just pushing up around with him. Mikey Lewis just with him, and they have started this game on fire.
But
26 minutes. Well,
this seems to be the way with all the rugby league games at the moment. It's so one-sided.
That's quality. That is a confident team, that.
Well, 19 years of age, only his 13th appearance for Hull Kingston Rovers. But what a prospect young Mikey Lewis is.
They surely won't miss this kick.
Abdul this time surely from under the post. Well, Hull Kingston Rovers were very, very good against Castleford in the first half in the cup tie a week ago, and it all went pear-shaped in the second half. So it's all about keeping their focus for the full 80 minutes. Abdul then with the extras, 18-0. Hull Kingston Rovers there in front, approaching the half-hour mark, and who'd have thought that?
Well, I tell you, I was there for the game last week, and they played like this, and you don't get the opportunities unless you're prepared to do what that man Abdul did just then, and that is follow-up on potential lost causes. You push again, and the third time something will happen. When
the problem here is
off the ball, good things happen around you. Mikey Lewis,
Huddersfield have literally shown
20 seconds.
And like you said,
absolutely nothing. They've not shown a single bit of potential that they can get points in this game.
Then they let it slip when it went to extra time.
Albert Vete with the charge. Here's one for you then. How is Ian Watson going to turn this around?
Oh, he's going to be asking some of his players to stand up. I think that, like what John said, that some of the well-paid players, as you know, when you're in the side, you want them players to earn the wage. You want them to direct you as a forward. You want someone sitting behind you telling you where you have to go. They've been outplayed sometimes in rugby. I've told you, I'm not saying we've been outplayed, so we've got to match the urgency and effort with the same sort of intensity.
George King goes under the radar, puts in so much work. Tony Smith, of course, coached George King in his days at the Warrington Wolves, has left to Kane Linnett to get the ball away, not the best of kicks, and here comes Wood for the Huddersfield Giants. But yeah, George King followed Tony Smith here, and Tony Smith thinks he's one of the most underrated but best props in Super League.
Yeah, I'd agree with me, he is underrated. I think he is underrated. He offers so much, and he said, what will Ian Watson, will he be doing, what will he be saying? Well, he just sent on Adam O'Brien and Matty English, hopefully that they will give him some impact. There he is, Adam O'Brien, from behind the rope. They just need a bit of punch up the middle of the field.
Absolutely.
For me.
There is no go forward, is there, with the Giants at the moment? OK, let's go pit side. Jenna.
Yes, Stuart, I just want to remind everyone that Ben Crooks chosen at centre tonight for the first time since 2019. And yet this is a player who was named in the 2013 Super League Dream Team.
Are the position
Incredible,
names different? For
and as we talked about before,
Rugby League
for an
and
injury
Rugby
to
Union.
Greg Minikin, he may not have played tonight.
That's the question.
Yeah, incredible stuff. I said right at the start that we have a break in players.
Because obviously you don't need
medical
locks
department.
and
Yeah, look at Kenny
scrum
Edwards,
halves because you don't have
been
the
connected,
scrums.
I think, in a tackle. It's a jaw that he's having a look at. Let's have a look at the contact. It's inadvertent, but it's high there from Ben Crooks. We were talking about Crooks, weren't we? Look, not had a special start to the season. I think he's a really, really good player, Ben Crooks. Long, rangy, troublesome in possession, highly skilled, but not had a great start to the season. That'll have done him his confidence the world of good. The immediate concerns, though, as Crooks thinks back on his 2 early tries in this game, is the health and well-being of Kenny Edwards, who is still on his haunches, still receiving treatment from the Huddersfield Medical Department.
I'll have to do a little bit of research into the
Dad will be watching
position
on, very
names,
proud.
I think.
One of the great players of the modern-ish era, we should say. Lee Crooks, what a player Lee Crooks was. Here we go. Here's the try. The kick-off from Jordan Abdul. Bouncing around all over the place. Wood missed it.
Highlighting that first try.
7
complete
seconds.
Calamity by
Done and
Huddersfield.
dusted. Thank you very much.
Absolute calamity.
Definitely wouldn't have got there for that one.
Kenny Edwards is all right.
I'm going to Google
Huddersfield
the
Giants are
rugby
certainly
league
not all
positions.
right at the moment. On the last, and it's Cogger again who puts up the high kick. Quinlan tries to take it. The ball goes backwards. It comes to English.
You have a standoff.
I think Liam Moore will
Prop
say
forward,
it came
hooker,
off a
prop
Huddersfield
forward,
hand.
second row, loose
Rovers
forward.
will get the ball back. Half
Wing,
an hour
centre,
gone, leading by 18
fullback.
points to 0.
Well, that's where
It's
they
a
need to drop
slightly
the ball.
different
Adam
name,
Quinlan, he's a
slightly
fabulous
different
player in Brokenfield. He's absolutely outstanding. But he's not the biggest. Drop the ball on his head. Have an on-rushing chase from Huddersfield when that ball goes high in the air.
You talk about Ben Crooks, and you think back, he burst onto the scene at Super League. Something Phil was saying in the studio before the game. You know, as really young players, I think he's actually possibly the only father-son combination who both picked up Young Player of the Year. So Ben and Dad Lee, another one of those rare stats that we have in this beautiful game.
Come on, Huddersfield, need to sort this out.
18-0. And it absolutely does Hull Kingston Rovers justice to have the lead. On the last, on halfway, Lawler is brought down. Here is Abdul again. It's a good little kick, just chipped it towards the wing, picked up by young Darnell. McIntosh, normally a winger, McIntosh, come through the academy pathway, but seems to have slotted in at fullback, but he's had a few problems tonight.
I'll tell you what, Tez,
Huddersfield are stuck in their third again. Well, not even their third, their quarter, they're stuck in that.
Well, it seems that's what, like,
They're
Jordan
going to lose
is
all of
managing
their
the game. Well,
tackles.
I think he was actually looking for the sideline then instead of trying to keep the ball in play. But even like Huddersfield getting back behind the ball, returning it, they're finding it really difficult to make any sort of decent meters.
Move!
And there's the kick downfield. Lewis Johnson there on Aidan Caesar.
Yeah, Aidan Caesar. Look, I said I think he might not be right. He might not be right, but they've got a bloke on the sidelines. They do have a man on the sidelines who's available.
I'm sure you told me, but whereabouts
it is
do you
Lee
live?
Gaskell. I think has actually started
Just
the
in
season
relation
really,
to
really well, and there he is. He's
League
waiting,
Union.
anticipating, thinking about how he can make a contribution to this game, because Aidan Caesar landed awkwardly from that kick challenge.
I wonder if Ian Watson may think of playing Caesar and Gaskell together to try and spark something in attack for the Giants. George Lawler it is, and Rovers in possession and attacking once more. Sean Kenny-Dowell with the offload. Matt Parcell, who's just been involved in everything that Hull KR have done so far tonight. Jeff Litton on the field. And well picked up by McIntosh, but again the chase is fast, the chase
Hi,
is
James.
keen.
Nice to have you here,
Huddersfield pinned
James.
back.
It's just relentless pressure from Hull KR. They're knowing exactly what they have to do. They're doing it well. Jack Ashworth's just come
So if
onto
you
the
lived
field
in
for Huddersfield
Hampshire,
to try and give them that punch that I keep saying that they seem to be missing.
I did look. I
Too many
thought I'd
players
have a
just
look where
stood
the
around for
closest
me.
rugby league team
No
is.
one really ramping up and
And
charging onto
Southampton
that ball.
do have a
Cogger.
rugby league team. They've got Southampton
Jack Ashworth,
Spitfires,
a Super League debut,
but their
played in the cup tie against Leeds
closest other
last weekend.
rugby league
And
team
here is
is, I
Adam
think,
O'Brien just
Weymouth
trying to
or
inject him
London.
something into that
So
go
how they
forward
play
for
games,
the
I've
Giants. Luke
absolutely
Yates
no idea.
again putting in a big shift. 27 tackles for Yates and for Josh Jones. Here is Ashworth, the grand final winner with St Helens in 2019. That look forward. Referee lets it go. and Bryan. Here is English. Can Huddersfield find a way to the try line before half-time? Important last play. Cogger misses one out to the far side.
Come on, come on.
To go over in the corner, and Jermaine McGilvray, who scored a hat-trick against Lee in the challenge.
They're off the scoreboard, guys. They are off the zero.
Boy, did they need that. And McGilvray comes up with another big try for the Giants.
Well, he's one of Huddersfield's most consistent performers. And like you say, they definitely needed that. They set up centre field. The ball goes out from Cogger. Lovely ball to Leroy Cudjoe, who in turn then gets a nice flick pass out to his winger.
I'm not sure if they're going to be able to convert this one.
And that is great play. He rides the
I think we saw some really good conversions in the Six Nations, but that's a different level than that.
To take
That's
into
a
the changing
completely
rooms at
different level.
half-time.
I've not been massively impressed.
From Leroy Cudjoe and Jermaine McGilvray, so strong near the try line.
I've not been massively impressed with the kicking in
for Jermaine McGilvray as well. 171 Super League tries. He was 8 equal with former London and Castleford star Luke Dawn in the all-time list of Super League try scorers, but McGilvray now holds 8th position on his own. 171 tries. Caesar off the touch line, and it just goes to the right of the post.
To be fair, not far off.
5 minutes to half
It was
time,
not far off.
but Huddersfield are back in it.
Yeah, McGilvray finishes in the corner, but I want you to take a close look at the skill on show here from Leroy Cudjoe.
14, 15,
have a look at the deception.
16,
it's first out the back, then over the top. Ryan Hall, who is noted for his defence one-on-one in those situations, he's absolutely at sea. Beautiful stuff. It's the first little bit of subtlety that allows McGilvray the space, and they're up and running.
Yeah, Cudjoe for McGilvray. How many times have we said that over the years?
Am I? Lucky me. It's normally me that I'm. I'm normally time behind.
Giants triumvirate, aren't they?
One thing I have done
Leroy Cudjoe
is
Michael Lawrence. Between them,
I've set the streams to ultra low latency to try and.
McGilvray 32, Cudjoe 32, Michael Lawrence just celebrating his 31st birthday. But
yeah, I've switched the streams to ultra low latency to hopefully reduce the time from what I'm saying and what you're seeing. So hopefully that makes things a lot easier for everyone.
Cudjoe is 293rd, McGilvray is 267th. And there's that Cudjoe-McGilvray partnership on the right, which has got the Giants back into it just before half-time. Can they strike again? Caesar it is, and here is Leroy Cudjoe. Kenny Dowell and Abdul with the tackle.
Got a bit of a spring in the step now, haven't they?
They have, and listen, there's a cut-out pass from Cogger that's happened twice there, and it's about giving Cudjoe early ball, because he's a real threat, isn't he?
Caesar, that came off English.
Harry Kane probably dived it or something.
Mikey Lewis. Jazz Litton it was rather. Litton on for Matt Parcell, just given a rest. I'm not surprised, you know. Parcell has been brilliant, hasn't he?
He's been outstanding. That
so,
sort of speed you need around the
to be fair, buddy, I'm doing a live stream. Oh man, this is a busy weekend of live streaming. I'm live streaming today, obviously. I'm live streaming tomorrow morning.
Well, it is something they are clamping down on the referees this year. Dangerous tackles and also late hits.
If anyone wants to get up really early tomorrow morning, I'm doing a 7:30 AM
we need to get these things out of the game.
Aussie Rules live watch along.
Kenny Dowell with the run.
And then Sunday is the FA Cup semi-final. FA Cup semi-final, Leicester versus the mighty Saints. I might even wear my Saints shirt on Sunday.
Let me tell you, in defence as well.
We talked about
John, you must wake up. Yeah, 7:30 AM tomorrow morning. I am waking up, and we are watching some Aussie Rules. Who's with me?
Now it's Mikey Lewis. Lewis Johnson. Can Rovers strike again before half-time? Tony Smith will be delighted with the way that they played. Not so, I think, with Castilla.
Dan, you won't be able to get up, mate. You're a teenager. You need your sleep.
Looking for support, and there wasn't any.
Everyone expected the ball to go out the back. He hit the front door.
James, the problem is, buddy, I don't normally get up till about 9 o'clock in the morning. So 7:30 is early for me.
Lawler.
Maybe I'll have to watch. Just the problem with Australia is the time difference.
What time this would be to get another try. Lewis.
Yeah, the
forced to stop, runs across
the time
line.
difference is ridiculous, really.
And
the problem is, obviously, I can't watch during the week because
Mustafa was just on his shoulder
work.
And he couldn't quite turn his body.
And then Saturday mornings, for example, I coach football to children, so
look, they're in control.
Luckily, I don't
He's
start
just gone for a little bit
coaching
too much
until
there.
next week. So I thought I'd get this game done
tackle, and he's annoyed with himself because
while I've got
he knows there was another 3 or 4 tackles up the sleeve for Hull Kingston Rovers.
Do you know, I'm liking what he's doing though, carrying the ball. Jez Litton, in real strong tackle.
Had to be a penalty either way. I mean, that's 3 times that Liam Moore has penalised this sort of challenge.
Well, the penalty's okay. I don't think we need any more action on that. And do you know what? As a small player, they get targeted by the bigger fellas, so they've got to be able to defend like that. So Jez Litton, Mikey Lewis. Since when we were talking about when they get underneath the people who are carrying the
I am
ball,
planning on watching the Lions
really
tour.
It's a real deterrent as well.
And I'll probably do live streams for it as well if people are interested.
Huddersfield just about hanging on in there. There's no doubt.
I've literally there's the video of
big
the guy doing
the
pre-match speech to the Lions squad the other year. And I've got that to watch, but I'm saving it until.
There is the half-time hooter.
I'm saving it until.
Call a halt to proceedings where we've seen Super League history made. Jermaine McGilvray tried just before
I'm saving that video until the
interested. Jordan Abdul's kick
British and Irish Lions starts.
Was key in the history-making try for Ben Crooks. Aiden Caesar.
Wait till the Lions game starts.
In the second half.
But yes, I am a football. Yeah, I'm a football coach. I coach children. I've got my own company. I'm a referee.
After 7 seconds and at half time, Hull Kingston Rovers lead
the
Huddersfield.
thing is with my coaching, it's not. I don't coach a team. I'm
I dare
3 to
suggest
11
not the
year olds.
half-time score we would have expected. Certainly not the start of the game we would have expected, Jody.
No, what a start and what a
matches
first half
in that
performance
sense.
from Hull KR. I think they definitely stifled any concerns about a hangover from that Challenge Cup defeat.
Well, I can tell you now the quickest try scored in NRL history was 11 seconds. For all you fans of the Super League, we have beaten that. 7.5
It was a good one. It was a complete
seconds
calamity,
is
though,
all
James.
it
It
took
was a
for
complete
Ben Crooks to open the
calamity
scoring
by,
here at Hull College Craven Park from Jordan Abdul's kickoff. He gave Hull Kingston Rovers a lead they haven't yet relinquished. We'll analyse the first 40 after this.
So, oh my God. Cypher, hello mate. Nice you join. Have you got? I assume you've got the stream. If you haven't, the Discord. It's in the Discord, up on the Discord, buddy. But it's a bit of a one-way match at the moment. Who is that guy that I'm gonna watch?
To try it first. At Ben & Jerry's, we're all about peace, love, and cookie dough. That's why we created our new Cookie Dough Peace Pop, with a thick coat of cookie dough, surrounded by fair trade vanilla ice cream and a chocolatey coating. It does our famous cookie dough justice by celebrating peace. Ben & Jerry's, peace, love, and cookie dough.
The one I've got, the British and Irish Lions speech is the one with Sir Ian McCreachan in the 2009. So Ian McCreachan, that is the one I've got to watch, but I'm kind of holding it off. So, as I said, who is joining me tomorrow morning? Who is getting up nice and early? If any of you've got kids, you should be up anyway, so that shouldn't be a problem for you guys. Who's joining me for the Southampton versus Leicester semi-final of the FA Cup? That should be good. Hopefully,
help restore your original hair colour with Just for Men. Grey is gone in 5 easy minutes. Be the better man you are and look the part. Just for Men.
Cutting your carbon footprint starts at home with 100% renewable electricity as standard. OVO Energy, what we can do.
I was going to say, Dan, I don't know what Ray means.
Well, if you mention that to Darren, then I will. Can I just have 10 minutes, love?
New Vodafone Pro broadband. With Wi-Fi expert support, automatic 4G broadband backup and super Wi-Fi.
Wow.
Now you can be unstoppable with invincible broadband.
Whatever you want, you crazy cat, dog, moose, McDonald's, Greg's, KFC. We got it.
You're 8 hours behind. Well, we're summertime now, aren't we? So we're GMT plus 1 now, aren't we, technically? And you're California, so that's, 7 hours, isn't it? Something like that. It's okay, Cypher, man. I wasn't assuming I said, but there's people on here that are dads.
I can feel it happening.
So
this expectation from people to be something I don't think I'm good enough to be. Jerry!
What is people's plans for the weekend? I'll tell you mine, shall I? I'm
in half an hour we're
getting up
looking
ridiculously early.
I just
Can't even get up that early.
to be honest.
But my plan tomorrow, I am
not yet.
watching the Sydney versus Sydney game in Aussie rules, and then I've got to refereeing at 1 o'clock. It was at 3 o'clock, but it got moved to 1 due to the funeral of Prince Philip. Sunday, I've got Winchester City under 16s.
Well, Everton currently taking on Spurs on Sky Sports Premier League. Tomorrow we've got 2 games for you, same channel. Newcastle against West Ham started all off on midday, and then at 8 p.m. Sheffield United travel to take on Wolves. Oh, we're at Hull College Craven Park
that sounds about right.
Hull, where the home side have a very healthy 18 points to 4 half-time
Leicester Saints
lead. I don't want to
game
jinx them, but last week in the Cup they led 22-6 against Castleford.
The
Again, they
Saints
ultimately lost
game
the golden point extra time.
6:30
They have been well worth.
So if it's 6 or 7 hours, it's
lead,
about 10:15. No, so it's about 10:30.
Hull Kingston Rovers.
11:30 your time
Jody
over in California.
Here in studio. We have a record-breaking moment in Super League history to talk about. I have never seen a start like that to a game. I'm not sure how you could score a quicker try than that one scored by Ben Crooks at the start of the game, Jody.
Well, I don't think you can, and that's why it's a record breaker. And you know, that try isn't scored if it isn't for that really strong attacking run-up and that line speed. But we see that it's a really difficult kick. There's no height on it, there's no hang time, which means nobody can get under it and take that ball on the full. And as soon as it bounces, a rugby league ball can go anywhere, and it deceives the Huddersfield Giants all over the park, and Ben Crooks does brilliantly.
Phil Clark has seen far more rugby league games than Jody and myself combined. Have you ever seen anything like that?
I haven't, no, but it just goes to prove the importance of the unpredictability of kicks in 2021. Huddersfield and Aidan Caesar couldn't cope with it, and I don't think Aidan Caesar or the Giants recovered from it the next 30 minutes. That really was. We have seen Hull KR last season start games in a similar fashion. It isn't a freak, wasn't a fluke. They practiced that.
And got a result from it, but there was almost a novelty factor in it, scoring after 7 seconds. You find yourself in that position. What was important is that they still built their way into the game. They did that brilliantly with Ben Crooks' second try off Mikey Lewis's kick.
Yeah, absolutely. I wasn't sure whether they'd continue in that fashion, but it really did seem to knock Huddersfield Giants. They just couldn't get any momentum into the game, and Hull KR really built off the back of it. And we see Mikey Lewis puts in an absolutely fantastic kick from the back, just dribbles it through, perfectly weighted. And Ben Crooks' line, just that little bit of change direction to get through the line and put that ball
I said
down.
doing the live streams. No, I'm not necessarily planning on doing the live streams all the time. That was preceded by a Jordan
Abdul penalty. So
but I
this
thought if I'm going to watch the games anyway,
went without conversion. 12-0.
For example, the Saints Leicester game.
Well, if you've talked about the NRL, Penrith Panthers kick early in the tackle count, and Hull KR have taken the lead for that. Parcel's been brilliant, hasn't he? Running from the dummy out position, and here is King with some footwork, stepping away. You know, Huddersfield have just looked flat-footed. They look like the team who played 20 minutes of extra time last week in the Cup. As Hull KR go back-to-back tries with Mikey Lewis showing his ability to support on the inside.
Well, that's it. The support coming through is what will please Tony Smith just as much as the try.
Absolutely,
it may be a case that most of you guys are rugby fans, so if you wanted to join and watch the Saints game,
that's all about effort and attitude. That's not a
I might be able to teach you something rather than the other way round.
Jodie, talk to us this from a defensive point
so
of
I think
view.
the live stream for the Saints game would be
do differently?
Yeah, this is the first time Hull KR get it a little bit wrong. So we see Adam Quinlan there at fullback, just in a little bit of no man's land. He's behind the ruck. He's not really defending anything, which means that on that left side, he can't quite get the spacing right. Then we see Abdul there, he shoots out to try and shut it down on the full-back, which gives that space then to find the pass to Kudjoe.
I think the main thing is because I'm focusing on...
I wonder what hope that will have given the Huddersfield Giants
on rugby,
just before half-time, something to cling on to.
I'd say fault told unless they change their attitude in the middle of the field. With the try when Hull KR
James,
went down
you
the
are
centre
more
of the
than
field,
happy to
he's so
join in. We can
I've
just
seen
ignore
from Ian Watson's sides in the past.
your messages.
He usually makes
that's
his
fine.
team tight in the middle, and if you're going to score, you've either got to kick it over them or go around them. That was a real worry, and they really do have to address that.
When you think rugby,
Caesar has been completely outplayed by Jordan Abdul, who for me has been the man of the first 40 minutes. Sensational from him.
Do they need to get Lee Gaskell on the field?
It would seem to me the obvious. I mean, in football now they change the team, they change the shape, and they change the tactics very often at half-time. We don't see as much of that in rugby league, but for me, it's crying out now for Gaskell to enter that field. But he needs some forwards in the middle of the field to start to play as well.
The unfortunately absent Hull Kingston Rovers fans who are watching this game tonight
that's the point. Yeah, John, that's the point. I think
they go behind against Catalan Dragons in the opening round. They bring that to goal
what's interesting in the fact that
they have that healthy lead.
For example, I
earlier
don't
against
go to
Castleford
Saints
last
games
week in the
anymore,
cup, and they lose the match.
Only simply because I referee
instead. To suggest tonight, Jodie, that they can close this game out.
I have, and I
but when I was going to the games as a referee, it would just drive me crazy because fans don't have a clue what they're talking about. They will scream that a player is, being tackled and fouled, but he hasn't, and they blame the referee. So it frustrates me going to the games now.
They're also down in interchange as well. Hull Kingston Rovers.
Yeah, I would like to think I see it in a different way.
For the second time.
I can explain things
no,
a little bit
really intelligently use the players available. Albert Vettier played for 30 minutes. He came off.
Which is understandable.
Parcell stayed on the field and Litton entered, so they went with almost two hookers, two quick players around the middle of the field.
They're always going to stick up for
I don't know whether he's come on thinking he's Albert Vettier because he's run the ball so strongly with such determination.
Danny Maguire was our guest in studio last night at Headingley, and he couldn't have been higher in his praise for Jez Litton. He said this is a player, if he continues on this upward trajectory, could be international standard.
Yeah, absolutely. He's looked brilliant, and he reminds me a little bit of Brad Dwyer. I think he just makes himself really busy around that ruck area. Really difficult to tackle, which means that defensively they have to really tighten in. And
West Brom.
It's creating space for Hull KR.
Okay, the message then for Ian Watson is tighten up in the middle, get a bit more out of your forwards, and get Lee Gaskell on the field.
Absolutely destroyed Saints on
because they've been outplayed. It doesn't look like players like Luke Yates just being walked all over. They can't win the battle. Any competitive challenge that takes place in the centre of the field gives them no chance. But Leroy Kudjoe's offload to set up that try may put some doubt in the mind of those Hull KR players here now, sitting in that dressing room who haven't had a great 2021.
There's a point John Wells made in the commentary that trying to get the early ball to Leroy Kudjoe and isolate Jordan Abdul. Gently suggested before the game that the Huddersfield Giants would be under more pressure to win this match than Hull Kingston Rovers. That pressure, you can guarantee it has intensified after that first 40 minutes where they trail now 18 points to 4 against Hull Kingston Rovers in a match where we've seen the quickest ever try in Super League history of Ben Crooks after just 7.5 first half seconds.
Yeah, there's I just don't think there's enough games. West Brom. 8 points behind Newcastle.
We understand that you want insurance that looks after all your family's cars. The commuter.
Sam Allardyce is known for getting players out of trouble.
The team boss.
Yeah, I love a bit of shandy.
You could save 20%
Is
with
there
our
anything
multi-car
more
policy.
refreshing
It's the cheapest
than a
way to
bit
get
of
annual
shandy?
cover for your household when you switch to us. No wonder we're the UK's #1 insurer for customer service. LV. It's our heart that sets us apart. Go direct to lv.com.
Give it a belly go.
Things happen.
Well, if you mention that to
James, crazy things happen. Crazy things can happen. They really can. And with Sam Allardyce, long balls,
New Vodafone Pro
defend
broadband.
well, don't lose. That's what he does.
With Wi-Fi expert support, automatic 4G broadband backup, and super Wi-Fi.
Wow.
Now you can be unstoppable with Invincible Broadband.
It is amazing how much, and I suppose this is probably the same in all sports with rugby as well. It is amazing how much
A really good sleep doesn't just
a manager,
happen.
coach
It takes 7 layers of body supporting technology for a cool,
and as a
deep,
Southampton fan, we've had it recently. Well, quite a few times, you know.
Help restore your original hair colour with Just for Men. Grey is gone in 5 easy minutes. Be the better man you are, and look the
Mark
part.
Hughes
Just for
arrived,
Men.
we were about to get relegated and kept us up. So it is amazing how a manager can massively change everything. When really you think, well, surely it's the players out on the pitch that are playing, and they're the ones that are playing rubbish. Yeah. Okay. Coming up. Come on. Here we go. Hello. There's no relegation. There should be. There should be. Nothing's changed. They still have enough money to test and do all that sort of stuff. Giving a hooky brewery tour for the 50th.
Football is coming at you from all directions right now. It's chaos. It gets a bit much sometimes, even for Jose. So let's slow it down.
So here's another fact.
Emphasize the beauty. Nice
Talking about
and
breweries.
cinematic.
I used to be a pest controller. And
remember why we love it.
So being a pest controller, we used to go around breweries. So we used to go around I used to go around Devices Brewery.
After decades of service to the United Kingdom, the Commonwealth, and Her Majesty the Queen, Prince Philip will be laid to rest here in Windsor tomorrow. He wanted little fuss, and due to the pandemic, only close family will be able to attend.
Buddy, when you
but
go
the
on
entire
your tour.
country will stop for a minute to pay tribute to the grandfather.
Yeah,
of the
Wadworth.
nation.
Yeah, Wadworth. That's the
Prince
one.
Philip's funeral on
So
Sky
I used to
and Sky One.
For the period of time I was there, I did the old rat and mice boxes.
And a try on debut. James Maloney gets a job done.
What's the old what's the gin that's down this way?
It's another Catalan try. What a performance it's been from Tom Davis, and what a performance
I've tried 6X. So another story for you. So I play lawn bowls in the summer, which starts like next week.
Back at home,
and I normally stock the bar, so I stock the bar.
Winless Salford are
6X is
in
one of
town.
the
Can
things
Richard
that
Marshall's side
a lot
record
of them
what
like
would
to
be
drink.
a
So,
tremendous
yes,
victory in the south of
I've
France?
had
You can find out with
6X,
us on Sky
right.
Sports Arena.
To be fair,
5 to
if I'm
5
honest,
tomorrow, Saturday the
a lot of
1st
ale,
of May,
a lot
Derek
of lager
Chisora and
tastes the
Joseph
same.
Parker collide on a night when Katie Taylor defends her undisputed
isn't a lot
title.
of
7 p.m. on
difference.
Sky Sports box office.
It's like
Saturday,
wine.
May 1st.
Tastes the same. Tastes the same, if I'm honest.
All right, we're about to kick off the second half here at Hull College, Craven Park. John Wells, Terry O'Connor and Stuart Pike, our commentary team, are standing by. It is Hull KR with a half-time lead, 18 points to 4 over the Huddersfield Giants. Stuart.
Thank you, Brian. Yes. Big 40 minutes coming up for both Rovers and Huddersfield, seeking their first Super League win of the
Game
season.
is back
Can
on.
Hull Rovers hang on to their lead and convince
James, I'm far too
they can
posh
go
to
on and
be
win this
going
game
to
with a big
Wetherspoons,
victory,
mate.
or can the Giants find a way back?
Well, we were all talking,
Or so I'm
both
told, anyway.
off comms and in the studio at half-time about what changes were going to be made. The game was crying out, they said, for the introduction of Lee Gaskell.
Just love cider.
Well, he kicked us off to get the second half underway, and he's taken his position at full-back. Daniel McIntosh has moved to
The
the
things
left
with
wing.
cider, I love.
So the change has been made. They've
Fruit.
kept,
I just love
Caesar on
fruit
by
and
the looks of
cider.
it.
No,
Cocker's on as well,
I've
but
got a
there is
sweet
Lee
tooth.
Gaskell.
I think the play that's gone off Sam Wood, isn't it?
Yeah. Gaskell had to come on, didn't he? That was the unanimous feeling. Obviously, Ian Watson identifying very much at half-time to try and get some attacking flow into the side. Here is Gaskell, first run with the ball, but well met by Lewis Johnson and by Ben Crooks. 7 seconds to score that history-making try. Daniel McIntosh in his usual position on the wing. what have Huddersfield got to do better?
They've got to run hard, they've got to support the man who's carrying the ball, they've got to play the ball really quick, kick the ball into the corner, chase really hard. The game's simple, do you know what I mean? Sometimes we complicate how we play the game. Yeah, you've got to have that decent attacking shape and the free-flowing rugby when you go from one side of the field to the other, but you've got to make defences feel vulnerable. You've got to make defenders make the wrong decision.
Right, we open Huddersfield coming out the gates strongly here for the second half. Hopefully they've had a kick up the arse.
Ethan Ryan talked about him being a try-scoring machine. 98 games.
Maybe the Alex Ferguson hairdryer treatment.
High tackle, and then a few words from Aidan Caesar, and another penalty, and another chance here for Rovers to get themselves into really good field possession. Mistake.
Yeah, Ethan Ryan scored those tries in a number of different positions for the Bulls as well. The natural footballer finding his feet at Hull KR. I'll tell you what Huddersfield can't do. They can't give up territory and possession like they've just done. That's the cardinal sin. This man's dangerous.
Matt Parcell yet again. 22-6 for Castleford in the cup and lost in dramatic circumstances a week ago. Kane Linnett closing in on that Huddersfield try line. What a start to the second half this would be if Rovers could turn this early pressure into more points. Parcell directing his troops. Abdul with a little kick through and does well. Jermaine McGilvray read that really well. That was the voice of experience, if you like, from Jermaine McGilvray. Had to be as well.
Yeah.
Lewis wanted to run that ball then, but Jordan Adwell
said, it was cider.
No,
need to find some cider festivals.
Real intent in the
down
defense.
in Devon
George
or something. There must be some in Devon.
On McQueen, and again, just numbers in, slowing him down. Jermaine McGilvray will be hurting at the minute, looking at that scoreboard. He has given him a lifeline, though, just before half-time, scoring that try.
We when me and the wife went to Minehead, we went to a small little cider farm, and they had some really nice ciders. But actually, they also obviously do apple juice, and the best apple juice I've ever had.
To win 45 points to 16.
You look at the 3 games that they've played this year. They've took 2 games to extra time. Unfortunately, they were beaten in the Challenge Cup by Casford and beaten by Catalan in round 1.
They're in for some running repairs though here. Looking at Ben Crooks, who's going to be leaving the field in the background. He was nursing a foot injury in the first 40. Obviously not been able to fix that issue. And I think Dean Hadley's going to take his place. So reshuffles for Hull KR as well.
To be fair, I've probably tried most of them already. I don't think there's many that I haven't tried.
McQueen on Abdul.
I used to every bottle of cider I had tried, I used to keep until I realised that it just clutters and makes dust everywhere.
Took the pressure on Lee Gaskell, and it was nearly taken, wasn't it, by... So nearly taken. The referee will go to send it upstairs, but I'm pretty sure that was a knock-on, wasn't it, from Sean Kenny Dowell? But we're going to have a look anyway.
I think it's just about how they restart the play, isn't it? Because, I mean, you're looking at that and going, well, Kenny Dowell's been taken out in the air. If the Ryan Hall one was a penalty,
pineapple
then this
cider.
is a penalty
Maybe that's.
as well.
I don't know if I had pineapple cider. I'm not sure if I have had pineapple cider.
Yeah, well, he's onside, Sean Kenny Dowell, but he definitely, when he goes up, challenges in Gaskell for this. He knocks the ball forward.
The smallest little knock-on.
Well, you can see.
Caught it.
That's fine. It's a contest. He goes up for the ball. He's legally entitled to do that. He knocks it forward. It's a mistake.
But see, this is my point. When you saw a genuine contest for the ball in the first half between McGilvray and Ryan Hall, and this is even more one-sided, where Gaskell is clearly not going for the ball, and this won't be a penalty. I don't understand.
Yeah, I drink Weston's. Weston's okay. Weston's not too bad at all.
I think the one in the first half, I think he was penalised because when he goes up in the air, he actually nudges him with his knee.
Well, here's the confirmation. No try.
No try. It's a knock on.
knock on given. So Huddersfield will get the ball back. 18 points to 4. I'm pretty sure that Ian Watson had a lot to say to his men during half-time. And let's hear exactly what he said. Jenna.
Yeah, I actually want to start with Tony Smith-Stewart. He said it was a solid first half, which I'm surprised with. I think it's been a brilliant first half for Hull KR. He said that the last 5 to 10 minutes they succumbed a little, but on the whole, a good, solid first half. We just saw Ben Crooks hobble off. I will get an update on him shortly. Ian Watson discussed the errors. There was just too many made, not enough energy, and the try by Jermaine McGilvery at the end there gave them a sniff, but they just need to start this second half better.
Thanks, Jenna.
As there's a break in play, guys.
Well, Muzzy Mustafa's just
as there's a break in play, can I ask you to
unfortunately for his teammate Sean Kenny Dow, he cops him. Look at this. Boom.
If you can, that'll be awesome.
Yeah, said he'd go on, he'd create havoc, and that's exactly what he's done. Unfortunately, his coach Tony Smith was saying not with your teammate, with the opposition.
Well, they're going to have to check Sean Kenny Dow, surely.
Well,
at least if
that tackle, and he wobbled.
At least with TMO, you don't have those silly lines on the
players
field.
around him know because
they're all at the wrong bloody angle.
Yeah, they went to stand him up, didn't they? Absolutely, John.
On the cider front, as someone that loves cider, there is nothing worse than when a bartender puts ice in the glass and then pours the cider. You should never have ice with bloody cider. How to ruin a drink, put ice in it.
Turn things around on the scoreboard.
Good lad, Dan.
Was it going to be 3 consecutive league defeats for the big spending giants at the start of the season? Let's see what they're made of over the next half hour or so.
Cheers, guys, for liking.
Here is Cudjoe on halfway. Jack Ashworth.
5th. What are they going to do? Kick it up.
Coggan will get the ball away, but that's an easy take for Adam Quinlan.
Yeah, there's no pressure, was there? But it's a decent chase, and it's on the back of that kick. What do they do here with defence?
Oh, Jones, no. I'm not saying they shouldn't be cold. I'm not saying they shouldn't be cold. Cider should be cold-ish.
They are a big aggressive
shouldn't have
side.
ice in because it waters it down.
Ashworth,
you shouldn't water cider down.
The tackling machine that Luke Yates, the technique he's got, along with Josh Jones, they can force an error. They've got that in the game.
Parcell, Rovers just shy of halfway with George Lawler. 7th year at Hull Kingston Rovers. Now is the towering kick again from Abdul. Well taken this time by Lee Gaskell. But the chase is good, it's Keane again.
6 again, that.
Yeah, mate, the amount of times,
comes in.
Quite often, if you're at a restaurant or something and you ask for a cider, and they bring a glass on a tray, for example, and they quite often bring the bottle and then the glass with the ice in separate, I will literally just either pour the ice on the tray or I'll pour the ice on the floor.
Yeah, Huddersfield.
Don't ruin my drink.
Just look like they're starting to put. This is what we're talking about. This is building your way back into a game. We've got a 14-point deficit to overcome. You've started to see some cracks appearing in Hull Kingston Rovers. Crooks left the field. We don't know what his injury status is. Sean Kenny Dowell here will be assessed by the doctor at the side of the field who will review footage. A determination will be made on him in a short period of time.
Right, Hall with the take. But they won't want to lose another back in Sean Kenny Dowell. Here he is, the captain, taking the ball up because Ben Crooks has already limped off the field, and Jenna has news.
Yeah, Stuart, I just spoke to Ben then. He looked at me, he's very disappointed. He's hurt his ankle. It's unlikely he will return. Of course, it's a huge blow because he scored 2 tries
that's high.
including
that looked high.
the quickest ever in the history of Super League and the NRL.
He literally just clotheslined him then.
High tackle by Jack Ashworth, and it's the indiscipline that Huddersfield really have to cut out.
It's speed. It's speed around the rucker. It's a lunging tackle from Jack Ashworth. Like you can't, as a big man laterally,
Rich,
you
I cannot see Hull losing
smaller,
this.
More agile
Huddersfield
players
still
that
haven't.
look to
I know
take
it's
you
only
on
9
really
minutes into the
isolate
second
you.
half,
You do
but
plant your feet as a big man.
Huddersfield have
He's
literally
gone
done
off as
nothing.
well. He looks to be holding his left arm there, Jack Ashworth, as he
Certainly seemed
ran
like it, didn't it? It certainly seemed like he was wrestling.
Will be on the case, but that looked a bit worrying, certainly for Ian Watson and Huddersfield if they lose Ashworth.
See, the only thing I've noticed,
game,
one of the things I've
King,
noticed difference about League and Union is that kind of high arm tackle. It wouldn't be allowed in Union. It would literally be punished. And in League, they just kind of get on with it.
Good opportunity.
I don't know if I'm right there. I might be wrong, but
how quick has he been?
He's been outstanding from the base of the ruck, causing all kinds of problems.
Litton. Little kick through, the chase is on, and it's going to be McIntosh who has to run the ball back behind his own goal line, and more pressure on the Huddersfield Giants. It'll be a drop out from underneath the post, but Litton and Parcell continue to cause problems.
I think that's been the difference. 16 dummy half runs that they've made in this, and a hooker only ever runs when they win the play of the ball. There's a late retreat, the markers aren't set.
Guys, I'm just getting myself into snap.
It's telling you two stories. One, that he's aware and he's going to take advantage, and two, they're completely dominant, this whole Kingston Rovers set of forwards.
Lewis for Mustafa on loan for the year from Leeds, just 20 years of age, to continue his rugby league education. He's got a good teacher, hasn't he?
Just finish the old Dummel bars. Finish the old Dummel bar from the other
trying
day.
to play the ball quickly. King drives through the middle.
Yeah, and that's my point. That I think that tackle would be punished in Union, where it's not in League.
Hopefully showing no effects from that head knock he suffered a few moments ago. Abdul dinking the pass up for Mustafa. Run around move involving Parcell, and Abdul again runs across that line looking to set something up. Is there a gap on the far side? Hadley has to cut inside. Well, that was a kick forward in the end, a bit fortuitous for Rovers.
What is Swimbo?
And look again where Huddersfield will start right on their own goal line. No points, but plenty of pressure from Hull KR in this second half so far.
Well, the change of direction, asking questions. You see how quick they are with Jez Litton and Matt Parcell from that dummy half, like you said before, Stuart, causing Huddersfield real problems.
Now then, Caesar and Gaskell trying to move the ball out on that far side with Jake Wardle. Wardle very much in contention in Sean Wayne's thoughts ahead of the World Cup. Gaskell with the kick, well watched, well monitored by Adam Quinlan.
There was great kick pressure as well from, I think it was Dean Hadley operating out in the right centres. There's been a fair few reshuffles, haven't there? We have to look at our notes and see where these players are currently playing. But look, you know, a good player and an enthusiastic player can do it from wherever he wants. And, you know, Hull Kingston Rovers are doing just enough to keep that 14-point advantage intact.
Well, if you've seen anything so far in this second half, 12 or 13 minutes, guys, to suggest that Huddersfield have got it in them to get back into this game.
I've started to see them build. When Ian Watson talks about processes and building through games, I've started to see that. They've cut the mistakes out. They've started to get to the end of sets. But the problem is, Hull Kingston Rovers are playing with a fair bit of confidence here.
Well, Abdul with the kick, it bounces kindly, and Linnett will pick
He's
up
not
the
happy,
ball.
is he?
And has Kane Linnett scored?
Huddersfield is not happy.
Let the play go on, because he is going to get the video ref Chris Kendall to have a look at this.
Let's have a look at this. He was not happy, this Huddersfield player.
He's saying that the bounce of the ball deceived Huddersfield, and Kane Linnett is a try scorer.
Well, they're just going to see in, I think, if Lee Gaskell's been taken out.
Let's watch this replay.
Everyone's onside. And Jordan Abdul, look at him just focusing on kicking that ball, getting the right connection on it. Lee Gaskell, he pulls away from it. Does he get a little nudge from Sean Kennedy?
That was almost what a footballer would do.
He's playing for it to the referee.
Any sort of touch, and he flails and gets upset.
And then all of a sudden, He pulls out. He's more intent on looking
Is
at
there
what's
enough
in front of him,
contact there for Huddersfield player to...
He puts his arms up.
Is that enough? He goes...
Is that enough? I'd like to see that from the side to see what would happen.
Is that not the sort of thing we see in football and take, and take the mick out of footballers for basically diving?
I don't think you're going to see enough either way.
Because that was basically diving.
I don't think you'll be able to determine with enough certainty.
He's not really done anything. He's at the softest arms around him and he's fallen over.
It's a brave call from the video ref here.
Well, there's definitely arms around from Sean Kennedy.
I think you're right there. 10. Hold up those boards for 10.
Yeah, throws himself back. Just this is the best angle that you're
Dramatic or what? As I said, we take the mick out of footballers for this.
No, he can't, but he can put his hands in front of him to push him. He doesn't have to put his arms around him. But like you said, it's been sent up as a try. There was a little tug. There was a little tug for me. There was a little tug for me.
There wasn't a tug at all. What are you talking about?
If this is overturned, Gaskell's got out of jail because he should have taken control there and taken that ball.
I can't be. That's got to be a try. No, really?
Well, there we go. Chris Kendall ruling it out. Say that there was contact between Sean Kennedy-Dowell and Lee Gaskell.
I'm sorry, guys, but that is what we take the mick out of footballers for. Diving, basically. Look, how was that enough for him to fall to the floor?
Oh, no. He's thrown himself to the floor, Terry.
He's thrown himself to the floor, but that's not the point of the penalty. He's thrown himself to the floor, but there's been an arm around his neck.
There was, yet to say arm around his neck, there was an arm on his shoulders.
It's a key decision. It could be a key decision.
Unbelievable.
For sure.
Unbelievable.
The point you made, John, was there enough?
I stress this is what we take the mick out of footballers for.
I think it's an incredibly brave decision
for basically diving, and that was diving.
No, what I'm struggling to reconcile is how you overturn a decision like that, where Gaskell, gets the slightest of touches and goes to ground. Great defence there from Mustafa. And then you have a situation where Sean Kennedy-Dowell takes a clear shot to the head, and he's able to carry on the field. I find those two things really difficult to reconcile.
That's basically.
Well, Kenny Edwards now. It's a beautiful pass for Gaskell. Gaskell with the kick towards the corner, picked up by.
Whoa! Huddersfield coming back into the game. Is it going to end up? Is it going to be a close finish to the game?
This game, 2 minutes after Hull Kingston Rovers.
Come on, I want a close game. I don't care who wins this.
As Darnell McIntosh scored the try that will make all the difference for the Huddersfield.
Come on, Huddersfield. Let's get it close.
There's a couple of pieces of class there. First of all, the ball from Kenny Edwards, then the kick to the space from Lee Gaskell. That's phenomenal, phenomenal work.
Is anyone getting excited yet?
Brilliant Huddersfield ball handling in the build-up to this. It was Cudjoe in the first half for McGilvrays. It's Kenny Edwards here with the assist to the assist from Gaskell. Smart kick from him as well. And McIntosh grounds in the corner. This will be confirmed as a try. And the Huddersfield Giants are creeping back into this.
Well, what a 2 minutes in this game. Kane Linnett's try ruled out.
The thing is, what just happened? How often does this happen in football? A lot. Goes from one end, something happens, and they play on and go and score down the other. It happens so often.
Pulls in the defence, gives it to Kenny Edwards, who gets through the line and comes up with a wonderful offload to Gaskell. All you want is players in motion. Look at that, a strong challenge, gets the ball away, and that is outstanding effort to think on your feet, have the vision to kick that ball, get a perfect bounce on it.
Yeah, let's
started at fullback.
Huddersfield convert and get another try. Just make it interesting for the last say 10 minutes.
Darnell McIntosh back on the wing. Switch at half-time. Important kick.
Come on, you've got to convert.
Aidan Caesar. Kane Linnett, they call him the big red machine, denied a try. Huddersfield have scored, and Caesar across the face of the goal, so it's still advantage, a 10-point advantage.
Count of 5, man.
18 points to 8.
Just look at Gaskell there, left to right on your picture, moving late before the play, creating the extra man.
Oh, I can't tomorrow.
And we asked,
I'll be in big trouble.
And when was he going to make his impression on this game? Well, that's exactly why he's joined the fray. That's exactly why he's on the field for those sorts of contributions.
Well, a big 2 minutes Is it going to be a turning point? I wonder. 18 points to 8. And we've still got 25 minutes to go.
Oh, I don't think I can watch. If I was going to, I'd watch the Harlequins play, but
Michael Lawrence will work and work and work.
I don't think I can because I'll get in big trouble by the wife. She's forcing me to go to the beach after she finishes work.
And that's exactly what did.
And now I get a Facebook message with her moaning at me.
It's a decent set. I know they're struggling to make meters, but there's some real aggression in the way that they're running onto the ball here.
Caesar, Gaskell again involved with a short pass and nowhere for Wardle to go on halfway. Big moments in this game, you feel. Just a little bit of momentum being built up by the Giants. Lawrence brought down and Caesar will lift it high. And across comes Quinlan and takes it. Well, we've got more injury news.
Max, buddy, if you
Jack Ashworth had gone off.
You can watch it in my Discord if you want to join my Discord, buddy. I've got the stream going.
Yeah, he is unlikely to return with a
so if you want to join the
injury.
Discord, game's in there, but it's currently 18-8 to Hull KR. Huddersfield are trying to get back into it, and it's 56 minutes gone.
Now then, here is.
But I said, join the Discord. And you may be able to see the game in there.
It was Cudjoe trying to steal the ball from the tackle. Abdul now. The Rovers have to score next, you feel?
Yes. I think that what they have to do, I'm just looking at now thinking they just don't have to panic. They've got to get through the next 4 or 5 sets without conceding easy meters.
Do you want a time check, guys? Time check. Time check is 57, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25.
Rovers don't need to score another point.
I am on 57 minutes and 30 seconds.
And this is exactly where they've been consistently starting sets. They've been box kicking into this corner from Abdul.
I expect that's about right.
They've done pretty well when they've started in this area of the field. The mid-set now, 3 tackles gone, and just they're just managing to keep Huddersfield inside the 20. It'd be a good defensive set, this.
But you know what? They can't just shut up shop as well, can they? Like, look at the. I said they've lost 2 games in Golden Point. They don't know how to win those close games. At the minute, Huddersfield seem to be the team that's putting.
Dan, cheers, man. You don't need to do that. That's really kind of you. That's really kind of you.
Again, good pressure. Here is young Ethan Ryan. Yes, he scored a try in that dramatic game against the Castleford Tigers, which went to the 99th minute.
Good play.
Yeah,
Castleford won.
Go watch.
Kenny Edwards
wink.
What a hit as well. It's
you
just
should be in the channel now.
You need on halfway. You need to get your hands on the ball. You need to get in this good ball.
You can thank me later, Max. To be fair, Charlie, my wife, isn't a massive fan of sport, other than that we play bowls together. She loves bowls. We love playing old people's sports.
Trying to exploit that right side. Rovers defence as Gaskell with the
ball. Come on, are they going to get through?
Wardle goes over for another Huddersfield try. What a move. Lee Gaskell has been key in everything that the Giants have done in the second half. They scored 2 tries in 4 minutes, and they are right back in this. 18-0 down. It's now 18 points to 12.
So who said? Which one of you said are Huddersfield going to manage? Hull KR going to screw it again?
I thought that they actually did, just to settle the nerves. Huddersfield are going after them, and Lee Gaskell, since his introduction at half-time, he has been pulling the strings.
Now we got an exciting game, haven't we? We got an exciting game.
Like his relationship, along with Cogger and Gaskell, I think has been really impressive in the second half, along with Kenny Edwards as well. He's come up with 2 big players that have led to tries.
Surely he's got to convert this as well. He's got to convert this.
It's a big moment.
It's not
a key moment in the game. Now listen, is this the fallout from it though? Because Jake Wardle's been, even through that first half, one of the bright sparks. That man, listen, you carry a back on the bench. you don't often see.
Max, you're in the server. You're in the stream server, yeah.
And probably
just go on the streaming server, and you should be able to accept to watch the game.
Caesar with an important kick. This time he makes no mistake. So all of a sudden, it's a 4-point ball game.
Yeah, so if you're on the streaming channel,
scored and now Wardle has.
There should be maybe an option to watch
like
my
Gaskell,
stream.
when you do have to call on them, you can't ask for anything more than that. A great strength in the tackle as well from young Jake
19 minutes left. 19 minutes left,
of an
Rich.
England three-quarter. He's really, really highly rated. But that man,
our Hull going to crumble even more.
Turn this game on its head.
Well, it was the decision to give a penalty against Sean Kenny-Dowell on Gaskell. And Gaskell involved in both the tries for McIntosh and for Wardle in the space of 5 minutes or so.
Well, I'll tell you what, now I'd say that Hull KR need to score next.
Well, they can't panic, can they? Do you know, it's a worry that they'll panic.
But you know, sometimes it's like you can't just defend the lead. You've got to do what's got you into the lead. You've got to keep going. If you're confident with the game plan that you set out with in minute 1, be confident with it minute 80. Ian Watson knows that this is a different Huddersfield side now, the last 25 minutes. Like, when did a Huddersfield player sit someone on the backside with a run like Matty English did? There's more support, there's more shape, there's more damage.
Gaskell again. Had to be a good tackle from Hadley, but Caesar and Gaskell on that left edge are really causing Rovers all sorts of trouble.
I tell you what, I know it's far too early to talk about Golden Point. There's still a quarter of this game left, but I mean, Hull Kingston Rovers fancy 3 of their opening 4 games going to Golden Point.
Well, they let that one bounce, and they're going to get it back anyway, as McGilvray is bundled into touch. Well, yeah, they lost the Golden Point to Catalan.
So what we're predicting, guys, what we're predicting, are Hull going to crumble under the pressure?
In the cup a week ago, they were
are Huddersfield going to win? Or are Huddersfield going to commit loads forwards and leave themselves open and
starts messing with the marbles in your head? Do you know when you see the score
Hull will break through the
it all went so
attacking
well the early
Huddersfield
stages of the
team.
game, and all of a sudden the team's coming back. There's more energy, like I said, there's more effort. You've got Gaskell just directing at the back, along with Aidan Caesar.
Well, what's the psyche? And I'm sure you two have both been involved in games where you've been a long way ahead and all of a sudden this happens and the panic button gets pressed.
Yes, you feel like the game's been taken away from you. You feel like things are unravelling, and you've got to try and manage your own emotions as well as those around you. You start to doubt the man on the inside, the man on the outside. Is he going to do his job? Is he going to be there for me? All those questions run through your head.
John would know a lot more about it than I would, like coming from behind.
Giving up big leads.
Like I said, if things stay the way they are, obviously going into that last 10 minutes, Huddersfield are going to go and try and go for the win.
After these heartbreaking defeats that
now,
suffered.
I can relate it to football in the fact that when one team is desperate to win, they push everything forwards, and quite often they leave gaps. And the team that are winning, or the team that are winning at the time that are defending, can counter-attack and take advantage of that team that's desperate to win.
Asked his side to play the game, but now
so maybe that will be the case here. I don't know.
Play unfold, and Gaskell, look at him, he just wants somebody on his shoulder.
Play on it is.
Naughty.
There's a problem with the player, Huddersfield player down on the floor. And Darnell McIntosh
is there.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys. Cheers.
Lee Gaskell.
That was
Lewis is there.
Hooky.
There's a couple of Hull KR players down on the haunches as well.
Not bad. Not bad. My verdict.
The swinging arm.
In terms of beer.
Lewis.
He was going down though.
I mean, 8.5 out of 10 I'm giving that. 8.5 out of 10.
I wonder how many times we said
I don't know what a 10 would be,
we'll
but
say Caesar, Cogger,
nice.
Gaskell.
Well, the man who's had the key. I mean, Caesar's. I think he's had a quiet return to Super League action. That man has been exceptional. Gaskell, when he was introduced at half-time, he got us underway to start the second half, and he's been instrumental in everything good that Huddersfield have done so far.
Well, they have the penalty. It is given as a a high shot by Lewis on McIntosh. So another big set for Huddersfield on that Hull Kingston Rovers try line. What a big defensive set this is now for Rovers. O'Brien. Caesar flips it up for Michael Lawrence again. He'd love to celebrate his 300th Giants appearance with a famous comeback win. Here is Caesar. McIntosh.
Move.
On the diagonal run. Quick play the ball. O'Brien for Matty English. He's charging.
Yeah,
He's made a difference
so,
as well, without a doubt. English since
the wife upstairs was saying she tried some, and normally she would not like anything like this, and
for the try line.
She's just said that she actually, considering she didn't want to spit it straight out, that's a pretty good verdict for her as well.
McQueen's dropped the ball. That's unbelievable.
No try. We're going to VAR. TMO, sorry.
It was a try. 99 times out of 100. And has Chris McQueen just dropped the ball and the ball game.
You can't trust someone with a neck tattoo, can you really?
O'Brien. This must have been one of the easiest takes in his whole career. Nobody there, nobody putting pressure. Yet he has a little trip. He has a little trip, he has a little wobble. Maybe his studs are too long.
Hey, don't let anybody talk to you about this ball going backwards or anything else like that. That's a fumbled possession. You know,
too many tattoos.
He's tripped, he's got his studs stuck in the dirt, and that's everything. All the coordination's gone.
His hairstyle's a little bit like mine,
Huddersfield
though.
have walked away from this confidently, and they're claiming the try. This has gone up as a no try. I just don't see how you overrule this one.
It's getting close in this game, Cypher. Getting close.
At television saying that ball's gone backwards. Look, this is incumbent on the ball carrier or the potential ball carrier to get that under control. That for me is a fumbled possession and a knock-on.
With another big call for Chris Kendall.
Oh, do you know what? They've gone to the grounding, John.
Oh no.
They've gone to the grounding.
What is the decision?
What are they deciding? Try.
Well, Chris Kendall is saying that the ball was not backwards and the try is given, and another huge moment there. The try is given to Huddersfield.
18-18.
Chris McQueen is smiling.
This was 18 all.
Smiling. Hull Kingston Rovers
half time, and we thought, oh, this was boring.
Drama,
this is boring.
We've had
18 all. Bloody 18 all.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to call this out for what it is. That is a knock-on. That is not a try, and that is an error on the part
If I'm
of the
honest,
video
I don't
referee.
really understand. They're saying it's a knock-on.
And I tell you where
obviously he's fumbled it, but it's technically gone
Was
backwards.
from Chris McQueen himself. After that was awarded, he looked and he shrugged, and he had a wry smile on his face because he knows what he's got away with there. And that is a crucial, cruel blow for Hull Kingston Rovers.
18-0 up. Rovers have had a try controversially disallowed. Huddersfield have controversially
taken the lead.
Try. And would you believe
Crazy.
it, with 13 minutes to go, Huddersfield have hit the front from 18-0 down.
Well, it was clever play from Adam O'Brien,
Crazy.
first of all, to get the kicks. That's a big tick in the box. But I thought McQueen dropped it, he fumbled it. The video ref says when he fumbled it, it was knocked backwards. And I've got to agree with John. I thought there was a knock-on from there. But if you're a Huddersfield fan sat at home, you're saying it's a try all day.
The thing is, for me,
fan,
as someone that doesn't necessarily know the laws, yes, he fumbled it, but he didn't fumble it, then touch it again, and then touch it again. He fumbled it, and to be honest, you could easily say the other guy touched it down.
Right from the kick-off.
It's been
what do I know?
hugely entertaining. And for those who have joined us only in maybe the last 10 or 15 minutes, we witnessed some Super League history here at the start of the evening. The try scored in 7 seconds by Ben Crooks. He added a
Isn't it amazing
23
that
minutes. There were 18 points to nil up.
even with all the video evidence,
the Huddersfield Giants have worked their
I
way
say
back
we're
into
disagreeing, I don't know any different, but people are disagreeing, and some are saying try and some are saying no try.
And they take the lead for the first time with 14
Even
minutes
with
to
the
go.
video evidence and all the replays.
we all felt, didn't we, watching it with the naked eye, that he dropped the ball. It was given on the field as a no try. Chris Campbell thought that the ball had gone backwards. That's what he's based his decision on. That's why the try was given. And now we're going to see a big test, you feel, of Hull Kingston Rovers' mental strength.
Yeah, well, what have they got? Like, they've lost those 2 close games, like you said. There's 12 minutes to go. They have been the better side, apart from the last 20 minutes. I think Huddersfield have really stepped up. You could say the introduction 28 minutes ago with Lee Gaskell, that was a game changer, but the forwards, it seems they've upped the tempo, they've ran harder, like I said, and that would have been a key question that Ian Watson would have been asking his players. Can you run harder than your opponents in the second half?
Oh, he cocked it up.
And Kane Linnett does get the try. There'll be no argument about this one. This time Huddersfield come up with a mistake.
Swings and roundabouts and all that, and that swings and roundabouts.
Jermaine McGilvray, normally as solid as solid could be, but Kane Linnett, the big red machine.
What a dreadful catch.
Puts Hull Kingston Rovers back in front. What more drama are we going to have tonight?
Insane.
Oh, it's not finished yet, Stuart. Again, it's
There's still another 11 minutes. This is hotting up. This has got a bit more exciting.
I said in the first half, if you're going to put a high ball in the earth, it's got to be to their edge. They are big players. They're intimidating players. And Jermaine McGilvray could just feel Kane Linnett, Sean Kenny down, Ryan Hall just bearing down on him. You could see as the ball touches his chest, all of a sudden he looks in front of him, sees Sean Kenny down before he's got full control of that ball. It's not finished.
Well.
It's that same area of the field.
But that's the funny thing, Rich. Bear in mind,
consistent with that.
Hull were 18-0 up. 18 bloody nil up, so we didn't necessarily think it was going to be that interesting when they were dominating.
Jermaine McGilvray.
No, it's the 1 in 100 event, isn't it?
Abdul then.
His name, he doesn't look like his last name should be Abdul.
Kick, and there it goes. And all of a sudden it's a 4-point ball game again. And we've still got 10 minutes to go. What's going to happen next?
Even the commentators are getting excited
now.
This
has been a really eventful game. Cypher,
I'm going to be honest with you. The old
sides. And yeah, that's meat and drink for Jermaine.
I wasn't massively impressed with the women's rugby.
And has been for a long
I think that's partly because just the standard, the level of the difference in standard between, say, England and the other teams. It just doesn't make it very exciting.
That sentence you mentioned 4 or 5 minutes ago, John. Those words, golden point, extra time.
Yeah, sorry.
Surely not again for Hull Kingston Rovers.
Hey lads, I know there's 10 minutes left to go in this game. I would have gone short though then. You know that if you were the captain of Huddersfield, you would have said, look, let's set it up, let's go short here.
Yeah.
This could go either way now, really, couldn't it? This really could go either way.
You know all about him, don't they? He scored a hat-trick against them in defeat at Huddersfield last September.
Look there, Parcell was brought down. And look who was waiting to play the ball, both Lewis and Jez Litton. Keen to get their hands on the ball to get things going. Abdul, this time with a kick along the floor, and it's picked up by Lee Gaskell. The clock is ticking, 8 and a bit minutes to go. Hull Kingston Rovers with the advantage, but only just. I think the best way you can put it is in these closing stages. Expect the unexpected.
Yeah, well,
we demand the unexpected.
Lee Gaskell playing for a penalty, then he knows that they need to get a couple more sets under the belt in the area that they want, but you don't want to be a weak link in defence either. Look at this, a nice strong carry from Jones, gets over Linnett.
Just play it, stop thrashing.
He's playing for the penalty then, the ref not having it.
Real thriller, isn't it? And here he goes again. Cogger sees the Gaskell, those 3 names.
There's one left, go on.
He's got to
go on.
Back it's on, and back it's on. Over for a quite sensational
24-24.
Huddersfield Giants, but it was made by Cogger, by Caesar, by Gaskell, by Wardle, and Darnell McIntosh gets his second try.
We're getting a this second half anyway, or last 20 minutes.
And it's the sleight of
We're finally getting a decent rugby league game.
Gaskell, have a look at this dominant carry. You said, Terry, it's Cogger out to Caesar, and this is the difference. The show and then the short ball to a strong line.
You just knew when Huddersfield had that extra man that they were going to get through there.
I'll tell you what, Daniel McIntosh, he's had an eventful evening as well, including 2 really strong finishes. I'll tell you what, we're stuck on now, 24 points apiece, 7 minutes to go.
To be fair, this Gaskell bloke's doing quite well this second half.
Are we getting into golden point
it
territory
on the attack
once again for Hull Kingston Rovers as we watch the Huddersfield Giants draw level for a second time in this second half?
Bloody ridiculous.
Well,
absolutely crazy.
Who'd be a coach here? Watson and Tony Smith especially, the emotions that he will have gone through in this second half. 18-0 up, totally dominating. A couple of marginal decisions have gone against him. You get back in the lead, and now you've got Aidan Caesar from the touchline. What a big kick. Here he goes with that trusty left boot, but again across the face of the post. So it is 24-all. It is all square, and just 6 minutes to go.
I think communication's key between Mikey Lewis and Dean Hadley. The little double pump from Lee Gaskell just gets him. You've got to make sure you're communicating. When Lee Gaskell goes at line, that's what he's trying to do. And I said it before, you're trying to make defenders feel vulnerable. You want them to rock back on the heels, and that's exactly what they did.
Is it Huddersfield? Is it Hull KR? Is it golden points extra time? Here is Lawrence.
Well, if he had to be a betting man, the way that Hull KR have
do they not have
in 2 of the last 3
do they
games,
not have
you'd say
draws
that the
then?
game would be Huddersfield. Because they've lost in them
obviously, like in football,
games.
it's 3 points for a win, 1 for a draw, and
any part of
0 for a loss. Do they not have that?
You've been practicing drop goals this week.
No.
You've had plenty of practice of drop goals this week. So you might even see a shot here, or you will see a shot, I'm sure, before regular time finishes. This man's been outstanding since he's come on the field.
What a difference. What a difference. English with the pass. Picked up on the bounce. Here is McQueen on halfway.
To be fair,
couple of tackles left in the set. Cogger for.
I like the idea of,
Cudjoe.
you know, if 90 minutes is up, then it goes to, say, penalties or something like that.
Now Josh Jones.
It's always more exciting when a game goes to penalties in football anyway. Quite often a draw can be pretty boring.
The kick goes up instead from
you want a winner.
Taken well. Had to be taken well. And it was by Ryan Hall. 4 minutes to go, 24-all. How's your nerves?
They seem to be playing at a different speed now, don't they? And if that's the case, and the way that they've played in this second half, I'm going to question Huddersfield's attitude in the first half. Where was that from the kickoff? Yeah, Hull KR were absolutely fabulous. But Huddersfield, they weren't anything like what they've shown in the second half.
A really good strong run from George Lawler, another of the unsung heroes. Albert Vete, dangerous offload. Has he had the ball?
He's just nicked it. Oh no, he hasn't. I thought Huddersfield nicked that ball off him.
Yeah, Mikey Lewis.
So that'll be back to 1, won't it, for Hull KR? Oh, here's Matt Parcell. Look at him sniping around the ruck.
You want an Oscar for that one?
Just looking for a way through. Can they edge closer and closer and closer to the Huddersfield line?
Release!
There's a double strip.
Goal 2.
Got it back. Lawler.
Surrender!
Oh, they were just trying to set them, weren't they?
Well, this is all now.
Quick play the ball.
This is all now about setting up for the just about in field goal range. They've got 2 tackles.
Are they going to go for the kick? That's like the commentator saying. Are they going to try and just get the point for the kick?
Quinlan.
And then try and hold the time.
Lawler. Vete looking for every single yard, metre,
made some good ground.
Centimetre he can get. Where's it going?
Are they going to go for a kick?
Abdul now with a chance to
he is.
win it for Hull Kingston Rovers. And there is the goal, a drop goal from Jordan Abdul. They've lost 2 games.
Hull KR,
golden point
25-24.
But is it the golden boot of Jordan Abdul that will finally get Hull Kingston Rovers over the line?
But are Huddersfield going to do exactly the same thing now? Are they going to get up into position and try and take a kick?
Now Huddersfield will be going short.
Gotta be. Got to be. Can Rovers defend the short kick-off? No, they can't.
Huddersfield got it.
No, they can't. Well, is that a lapse in concentration, or is it just a really good kick-off and play by Kenny Edwards? So now surely a chance. Surely there's going to be an opportunity.
Oh, he does not want to go to the ground. He does not want to go to the ground.
From the short kick-off. Well, Tony Smith will be frustrated.
They're just trying to get as close as they can, stay in the middle, aren't they?
They may even try and win it for the moment.
Are they going for the try?
McIntosh has to come outside and then inside.
Problem is now they've gone wide. They've got to go more central.
2.5 minutes. They've got to get back into centre field, you feel. Right. Caesar. English is doing just that.
Yeah, drive. Caesar and Gaskell
here. The ball stripped here. Has he lost it?
They've lost it. English has lost it. Everybody's hearts were in their mouths there. The referee, Huddersfield were looking for the penalty. And English
Huddersfield messed it up.
Well, he was trying to set the platform. He wanted to get down. Wasn't a strip. He had to strip that from Litton. He has got away with that, Jez Litton.
It's been disguised really, really well. Litton's got himself around the ball. There's just a little bit of a tug in there.
That was a penalty. If it was a penalty, rather, that was game over, wasn't it? That was game over.
Under the sticks.
Liam Moore was right on the spot.
Back up, boys, back. Goal 3.
Hull going to kill time now.
Too many
No, they're not even trying to kill time.
To that decision.
No, well, I think Matt English was annoyed, but maybe with himself as much as anything else.
Parcell will just try and eat up the seconds. Just over a minute to go.
They want to take as long as they can, surely.
Finally going to get over the line. Kick downfield from Abdul, doesn't find touch.
1 minute.
It finds Lee Gaskell. One last dramatic effort now from the Huddersfield Giants.
6 players, helter-skelter rugby. Where's your Kenny Edwards? Where's your Gaskell? Where's your Caesar?
It's got to go left.
Where's your Cogger?
It's got to go left.
Well, that's where they've been having all the joy. Jet Wardle out there.
They're just taking the tackles and they're not getting up.
Caesar. Here is Gaskell.
Look, they just don't seem to know what to do.
Cudjoe one-handed, offloads it to McGilvray. McGilvray gets out of the tackle. It's Harlem, Globetrotter-style rugby league. Caesar puts the kick forward. The chase is on.
Catch it? Is he going to?
Oh! The hero is Ethan Ryan. Ethan Ryan.
He almost got it. He almost got it.
And that might be the ball game. Ethan Ryan with the save, and Rovers are surely.
How close for Huddersfield to pinch in this here?
Take a bow.
That is some defending. That is some defending.
Contribution from the wingman. Absolutely extraordinary game.
That could have gone either way. That really could have gone either way in the end.
Started with a try inside 7 seconds.
What a fantastic end to the game. Real fantastic end to the game.
Half from the end. And Tony Smith and Hull kicked to Rovers winning the Super League.
I think well, the last
this season.
The last 40 minutes of that match anyway is probably the best rugby league I've seen.
The Huddersfield Giants is a third.
Huddersfield brought it right back. So close. So close.
Lawrence on his 300th game for Huddersfield. Incredible drama. Hull KR
Unbelievable.
18-0.
Unbelievable.
Huddersfield got themselves into the lead. Kane Linnett's try then restored the advantage for Rovers. And Jordan Abdul's drop goal.
They managed to win in the end.
It for Hull KR. What a night, what a game, and what a win.
Don't know what to say. Don't know what to say.
They've beaten Huddersfield by 25 points.
Well, guys,
24.
That'll do. That'll do for the evening. Thanks for joining me. Exciting last 20 minutes, 10 minutes there. Yeah, I'm back on tomorrow morning. I am back on tomorrow morning. So if anyone wants to join me, at 7:30 in the morning, yeah, Cypher, you didn't miss anything. You came to the good spot. If anyone wants to join me at 7:30 in the morning for a bit of Aussie rules, that'll be my first watch. That should be fun. Everyone have a good rest of your evening. It's nearly 9:45, and I am going to go and probably go to bed. watch some telly in bed. Once again, cheers, guys. Keep the conversation going in Discord. That's awesome. And if I don't speak to you guys soon, have a nice weekend. End of stream.